Welcome back to what remains. This is session number 12, entitled Dead of Night. Last session, the group chased after a demigod that they unleashed from a mountain cliffside altar, descending down the mountain through ingenious techniques. Found their way chasing after it on a trail. It cut through forest and barbarian tribe and town. They moved on from the town, continuing on, trying to make it to a fort where the people of the town had said prior to the assault of the hundred-handed one, they were dealing with a conflict from what appears to them to have been a necromancer. Not really heeding the words of the town folk, who said that the fort of Fort Fargrad had fallen, they went to go investigate it, hoping to find some sort of shelter. Instead, what they found was where we'll be starting this evening. As I mentioned last session, the area around you is misty. Perception is at disadvantage for the remainder of the evening until you are interior. If you do not have dark vision, or if you do have dark vision, you should be fine sightline wise. Despite it being foggy, it's still a relatively starry night out. So plenty of celestial light to aid your view. That being said, you'll be starting on the western side of the fort. Bear with me here. This should flip. And I know that there are no lights, so some of you who are not blessed with the gift of dark vision currently aren't able to see. If you want to turn on a light in this misty darkness to be able to see further, you can. That's absolutely an option. But if you want to think about the repercussions of that before you do it, that's also great too. There should actually be two positions on the map, but I'm not seeing the second one, so bear with me. Roll20 is being a bit difficult. In the meantime, the walls I'd mentioned that appear to have ghoulish kind of creatures kind of wandering atop them appear to be kind of up on a hill. They appear to be made out of wood, nothing more than kind of large timbers that have been kind of shaped into points and stacked next to one another to form a bit of a wall. There are also parts of that wall that appear to have been knocked down and broken, as if they've suffered some sort of attack. That being said, let me see about...
Does the damage of this attack seem familiar at all?
No. If you mean to ask, does it look like a massive 100-handed demigod rushed through here? On the right side of the map, if you kind of zoom out, you should see kind of a castle environs kind of sub-map. The ruins of this Fort Fargrad, are centered, and the path that you kind of followed on is the kind of off-road that you were maintaining on. I'll go ahead and shift-click you to where I'm talking about. And you can see that the dimensionality is different here. Each of the squares on this map is about 250 feet. So that kind of gives you an idea of where we're actually starting. And despite the darkness, despite the mists, you can still make out the figures and silhouettes, as I was mentioning prior. Yeah. When it comes to inquiries about anything that you kind of see on the map, that's fine. If I say make a check regarding them, basically you're asking about a hidden object that your character may not see, that you as a player would see. So if you want to go ahead and start with inquiries, we'll go ahead and start with the leftmost on my map as I have it. Josie, what would Fiona be doing immediately upon kind of seeing the situation and realizing kind of what's going on?
Well, like definitely seeing the ruins, I think she would first of all turn to who can't see again. It's the two humans, right?
I believe that's right.
Yes, well, that was going to be one of my things. Like right now, I see pitch black.
Great.
That's correct. Okay, Eric will cast one of his new ranger spells he learned, Dark Vision,
Okay.
and his I guess to try and keep it in line instead of being magical, like he's as sort of turned like cat-like or something, or some other creature that'd be adept to seeing in the dark.
Sure.
Cool.
I'm sort of thinking that's
Seeing
just like a more ranger animal like.
Okay.
seeing that
So
happen, Fiona would pull out her goggles and hand them over to Avran and say, this should help you. I really don't think anyone should turn on a light right now.
Thank you.
Do you put the goggles on?
Yes.
You can see well enough.
Now we're all covered, right?
Should be.
Now that they're
I
all
think so.
covered, I
Oh.
think. Oh,
Go
sorry. Now that everyone can see, I think Fiona would kind of turn and try to make it look stealthy and stealth, like the symbol for being stealthy, that kind of like shh thing,
Okay.
and start to stealth her way towards the tower.
Okay. So, real quick, I did mention a tower last time. I will mention that the tower is actually on the opposite side of the fortification. It's on the northeast quarter of the map. So this is circumnavigable. Circumnavigable. You can move around the outside if you'd like. That's not a problem. Just feel free to just kind of keep to the edge on the side there, and you can move around the outside of the map if you'd like.
So
If
is
you
our
want to move
objective-
closer to the tower, it would be up and to the
Why?
right if you're going for the tower.
Are we planning on moving into the tower?
I mean, I feel like Fiona's line of thinking is if they can get to the top of the tower, they'll have a better like viewpoint and can perhaps find a better path. But I don't know. With Eric, we might not
Oh.
need that.
I mean,
Well,
like the tower is inside of a fort that's currently occupied by a crapload of undead.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
yeah, I was just trying to figure out like where
it's
is
dark
this?
outside.
Where is this tower? Oh,
It's dark outside. Like
If
we don't
you-
really know how many of them there are. This is their territory. For all we know, they could all be here. I mean,
Oh, right. I thought this was
We-
the destroyed fort. This is the intact fort.
This fort is destroyed, and it's currently being held by undead. You can
Undead.
see
Right, okay,
zombie-like
okay.
ghoulish creatures kind of standing on the defensive wall where the broken wood wall is located, and it looks like they are just kind of keeping a watch or vigil.
Yeah.
The more keen-eyed of you, which would be the Fiona mainly, actually on the walls, the stone walls of the fort itself, there appear to be small little battlements that have every other one. It looks like has another kind of ghoulish-looking creature in it as well. And on the map, I don't know how far out you can see, but kind of indicating it's kind of like here-ish. There's one, and kind of here-ish. There's one.
Yeah, I can literally only see 60 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Fiona is like noticing with her eyes that there's kind of one of them there. That's the one she's going to start approaching.
Sure.
But she is actually, and she's going to kind of say it to each person in their own head, saying, I do want to scope out the tower. It might be a better idea not to actually enter it, but to just see how many things enter it.
Okay. And so you were. Sorry, again, Gavin, just maintaining one person at a time. Fiona is. You said you were moving around to the tower. Is that right? Or are you
Yeah.
moving up to the wall?
I think actually knowing that they have guards.
Yeah, so
She's
you can
gonna
actually
approach-
see a couple of them. You should be
Yeah.
able to. Like, and they literally look like zombies, just kind of walking.
Yeah, I think she's going to try to silently like go for this kind of direction.
Okay, so you're moving towards what those appears to be like a path up in.
Yeah.
Okay. So now moving to the next person in line, Gavin, you're up. It does look like Fiona's kind of slowly kind of wandering that way. She's not. I'm not having her move yet. She's not moving yet. She's just indicating that's where she's going. She's also pointing out what she sees. Right? Is that true, Josie? Okay. So that said, Gavin, what is Eric doing in follow up?
Well, Eric initially he startles a little, and I initially just startle a little because still not 100% used to hearing voices in his head. But so I'm going to look in that direction and just not really seeing what she's looking at, just trust that she knows what she's doing, because
Okay.
she obviously sees something that I don't.
Sure. Are you wanting to follow her? Are you wanting
Yes.
to investigate anything that you
Follow.
particularly are kind of looking at as an interest? You do see, as I mentioned, the zombie, the broken wall. There's the path upwards. There's the opportunity to circumnavigate the entirety of the place if you so desire. Plenty of options here. I just want to make sure that whatever decision you come to is yours and yours alone. Because
Yeah.
I will put this out there too. Very high chance of death at this place. Not that you're going to die horribly, just if you make missteps, it could be very bad. Just so be cautious, keep that in mind. That said, though, staying in keeping with Fiona. That's your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Moving on to the next person. Jonah, what's Avrin doing? You'd see that Fiona and Eric appear to be cautiously moving towards a small path that leads up in between some of the broken fort. Actually, rewinding back, Eric, just passive survival, you would note that this footpath doesn't look like it was here before. This is something that's been added recently. And from what it looks like a single file marching line of a lot of booted individuals marched up through this. Your presumption is that this might have been a point of egress for the attacking forces. They came up
Okay.
through here, broke through the wall, and then whatever they did, they moved on from there.
And then moving on
Okay.
from there.
Fast forwarding back up to Jonah, what's Avrin doing? Keeping with the group, or do you want to do something different? And again, like I said, if you see it on the map and you want to ask about it, great. But again, just don't assume your character sees the things that you see.
Any of the... Well, I only see the one, undead right here.
Sure.
Does he look sentient, or is it just mindless?
He does not look like he is sentient. He definitely looks like he is aware.
Of our
Is there-
presence?
No. Just like
Oh.
he is functionally aware of his surroundings. He does not
Okay.
appear to be so mindless that he's just not, staring off into oblivion. It does look like he is cognizantly kind of moving his eyes towards the area, keeping an eye out. But with
Okay.
the mist, how far he can see is beyond you.
Hmm.
You can make a religion check if you'd like.
I'm not trained in it, but...
Yeah, you're a paladin. I'll allow for free one.
Okay. Da, 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 da. 2.
You're not terribly familiar with the undead, other than the fact that you do not like them.
Okay.
All right.
I think Avram will stay, like, not far away, but, like, a little bit farther away from the group as to not bring attention to them.
Okay. But do you want to stay within distance to be able to move up to the party if necessary?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand. Don't move your token or anything. You're just kind of
Oh.
staying behind the group as they fall forward.
Yes.
That's fine. Elizabeth, Golradier would be next on the docket. What's Golradier doing for movement? Or if not movement, just what are you doing? Better question. If you're talking, you're muted. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
It's
thank
okay.
you. Seeing that, or knowing that they're looking to move in towards the fort, probably go with him, but also wanting to, let's see, probably not cast it, but prepare bless, just because this is probably gonna get crazy. But also I can kind of see it, but is this like a well over here?
Make a perception check.
Okay. It's just like on the edge of my vision.
Great minds.
18.
Okay, so like I was saying, certain things that you can see that your character can't see.
Mhm.
But now your character can see. So there are some bushes, some shrubs, some trees and such near the low lie. There's also like a pretty decent amount of tall grass. The grass that you're standing in is somewhere around 2, maybe 3 feet. Dogs,
Okay.
by the way.
Dogs!
If you are Golradier, you can see that there appears to be a hole in the ground. It looks like it was a naturally forming kind of sinkhole.
Okay.
Probably about 5 or so feet, maybe 6 feet wide, with kind of a nice crater-like divot, but like a pretty massive hole in its center.
Right. That's interesting. Kind of want to go inspect that. But
Do you-
that's also getting towards...
Is that what you want to do?
No, I want to stay with the party. It's I would like to inspect that eventually, hopefully, but I'd rather stay with the party.
Absolutely fine. All right, Chad. Again, not
Safety in numbers.
not taking into account anybody else's actions. Just what would Hezrod be doing?
Hezrod had the same question about
Perception
that.
check.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm not sure if my passive matters.
Doesn't.
Okay, so let's.
Nobody has a passive 18,
Fair.
which is the DC to see it. So
Perception.
Hezrod is unaware of the sinkhole.
Well, I'm still keeping an eye on everybody else. He doesn't know why everybody's in such a hurry. Especially
Staying with-
everybody's walking right up to. Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Staying with the
he
group.
Would have. No.
Oh.
He actually would have moved probably off in this direction to get a better look at things. He's trying to stay hidden because he
Don't move your
put
token
all
yet.
the pieces together and doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to move your
doesn't like
token
it.
yet. Though, go ahead and put it back.
Okay.
So based on the way you described everything, I'll go ahead and place you.
It's moving.
No, I get you. That's fine. Based on the way that everybody described everything, this is how I'll place you.
Okay.
Staying with the group.
Because I was basically moving forward, keeping an eye on everything.
Staying with the group at back. Okay. That said, Fiona, as you kind of come up the hill, you would see that the creature... who just dropped? Chad did.
Chad. Wait, is he drop? He dropped from the Zoom, but he's not. Well, again, sometimes takes a while for Discord to like catch up.
That's fine. I fixed it. Okay. So, as you come up to the kind of top of this bit of uphill, you would see that the shift of the zombies has occurred. This creature is moving closer towards you. This one is moving further away. This one is moving further away. And this one is moving further away. So it's relatively close to you. So a couple of options of what you can do. I won't name any of them to make it more fun. But seeing that it's kind of walking in your general direction, how would you like to respond?
Okay, if I'm correct in assuming that this is a bush, I would like to attempt to jump into it.
Okay, perfect. And then Eric, immediate response to the creature approaching you.
Are these barricades like? Can you see through these barricades?
You're at a point where you're kind of looking at two sides of it. If you were on the road up at the top of the hill, you could see over them. If you were at the base of it, or kind of down kind of a bit the road like you are, you'd basically be seeing the broad side of it. So on the outside of it, it's about 15 feet tall. On the inside of it, it's about 3 feet tall.
Okay.
Because it's kind of pushed into the dirt.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming based on what she's on, she's going over here.
Yep.
I'm going to dart over here. I'm going to go over here.
Okay. The two of you can go ahead and make stealth checks.
23.
Okay. You dart for cover. The creature walks up kind of to the T-square or T-section there and stops for a second as there's kind of a from the leafy bush that Fiona jumps into, and it kind of and then kind of starts walking back along the path that it was walking, just continuing on. All right.
Sorry, Fiona would like to start counting from her position in the bush.
Okay.
How many she sees eventually start like walking in this cycle.
Okay. So, let's see. You have a range view of 120, right? Okay. So eventually, this one kind of disappears from sight. This one kind of gets to about here. This one gets to about here. And this one gets to about there, right? And just at about that point, you see them kind of move up. This is probably a good, 30 seconds of walking because they're moving pretty slow. They're basically shambling. They stop, kind of take more of a straight up posture, turn around on their heels, and then begin shambling the direction that they walked in originally, heading back.
So I count 3.
So far as to say, you can see a total of 4.
4 in the top. Okay.
And you're pretty sure there might be a 5th up north. You're just not. You haven't gotten a visual yet.
Can I try and regroup with Fiona?
Yeah, not a problem. You're stealthy enough. You can kind of maneuver down the hill, then up behind her in the bush.
Okay. So we basically seen the same thing more or less. So reconvene here is like, so looks like they're not doing a circular path as they are just pathing back and forth.
She nods and
I'm
says,
saying this is as quietly as possible.
Yeah, she nods and she says lowly and then kind of stops mid-sentence, and then you hear in your head her finish her sentence saying,
Eric shudders again a little bit, just not used to it.
thing. All right, I can count 5. I have a feeling that if we want to do any more reconnaissance, we either have to wait until the shift changes, or we have to kill the current shift.
But to the best of his ability, Eric will reply in his mind. Not sure if this works. Not sure if this is going to work. What makes you think they might have a shift change per se? They don't exactly require sustenance. They don't require food and sleep like we do.
Fiona actually really pauses at that and thinks about whether an undead could get exhausted or not.
You cannot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, she would kind of furrow her brow at that.
Like, and this Eric, no, never. No, he's not thinking like, oh, they're undead. They can't. He's just thinking, well, they're undead. They probably don't need to eat and drink like us. Because
She then looks around for the others and tries to wait until people are closer before.
It doesn't
they
look
group
like
them.
Avran and Goldy are approaching since they saw you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, either of you. But it does look like Fiona and Gavin have basically pulled back from the initial go up the hill plan and have jumped into bushes, which would have probably led to kind of like a stop and wait. And then now they're kind of like looking back at you in the same bush.
Yeah, definitely holding back but staying close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's waiting for any type of moment. Should it arise to attack or defend.
Okay.
Looking at this fence, does it look like something that is actually stopping us, or does it look like we could like hop over it at any point?
Depends on who's trying.
Okay.
It's about okay. So to explain it again, so basically the level that they are on is about 15 feet above the level you started on. The little road path kind of leads up to it. It kind of has like an uphill to it, right? Where the wood fence is, or where the wood wall is, they actually pushed in the wall. So there's a 15-foot high or 12-foot high kind of mound of dirt, and then they put posts against that to reinforce it. What it looks like has happened here is that some of the posts have been pulled down or knocked down. So there are points where there's like 12 feet of dirt, which would be hard to climb without breaking it up a bit. And then there's also parts where there's still wood in place, which is about 15 foot high of just straight wooden columns.
Okay. And do these look like they are like? Does this look like a tree, perhaps, or are these all bushes on the ground? Like, do these offer any kind of?
If it
height?
has like a little nub in it, it's probably about a 15-foot high tree. If it doesn't have the little nub in it, then it's a bush, and it probably stands anywhere between like 5 to 8 feet tall.
Okay, so Fiona's seeing this what looks like a tree, since I see a little nub thing, little
Mhm.
starfish. I think she would turn back to them and say, we clearly have to be as discreet as possible. Are any of you good at climbing trees?
A little bit.
Could pose a
Not
challenge, but I
particularly.
can do it.
I don't think climbing a tree has ever occurred to Hezron.
Can a fish climb a tree?
Can a fish climb
I
trees?
was like, whoa, trees! And people start climbing trees, and he's like, you can climb these things?
I'm sort of surprised Hedra know what the concept of climbing is. to
I'm
be
also
honest.
surprised that Fiona, who was all about like doing her own mountain climbing last session, is trying to outsource the tree climbing this session.
She was rappelling. She was not climbing.
That's still climbing.
No, rappelling is down, climbing is up. There's a difference. One you're
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of using
yeah.
gravity to help.
Exactly. Well, Fiona's definitely gonna start. She's gonna kind of point to this area and taking another look. It doesn't look like there's any guards on this side of the fence, so she's gonna slowly try to make her way, kind of like I guess like this kind of way
Sure.
towards the tree line.
Okay.
Still hugging the fence, but low enough that hopefully they can't.
Okay. Go ahead and make another stealth check.
Hezron doesn't understand why we're leaving. Like, why do we want to go here?
That is
Feel
a
like-
great
I mean-
question.
Personally, Fiona hates anything undead, so she's got her own reasons.
Oh, yeah.
That's just part of being a siren.
Yep.
I just figured if we
Know
were gonna...
it.
No,
Okay, let me find.
whatever.
the wizard and the paladin, who is an Osirian. I don't have a lot of quotation marks. Yeah, you kind of make your way that way up there. Every so often, you feel like you're not the most stealthiest of creatures, but where you make noise and you kind of hear a low-lying groan, you kind of stop and place your back against the post and keep your self down, kind of trembling a little bit for fear of recognition. But it doesn't seem like they notice you. And at about that point, they kind of make their way and kind of stop. And we'll basically be turning around at that point again. That would confirm too that there are 5 of them. I'd say you'd be able to get to that tree no problem with that stealth check.
Cool.
You would see on this side of it there is a bridge that seems to connect 2 sections of the fortification. You kind of see it up ahead. Up on the bridge, it looks like there are more sentient undead than the zombies. These look very similar to the creatures that you fought in the ravine space before the barrow mound. They look like ghouls. They have long kind of tongues slithering out of their mouths, and they seem to be a bit more aware. It looks like the lower section of the fortification is nothing more than just kind of a large, big stone building, probably somewhere around 30 feet tall. And it looks like it connects with the bridge somewhere around 20 feet up. The other side of it, even from here, I think you can see what appears to be... Nope, you can't see yet. Never mind. Okay. You've got to the tree. Do you want to give it a climb?
Yeah. I want
Branch-
to see if it will give me any kind of.
Branches are low-lying enough and thick enough that you can go ahead and get up to basically the apex of the tree. Once you're up there, you can actually see that this palisade, this post here, there is another one of those ghoulish-looking creatures on it, looking out towards you. But because of your stealth roll and because of your position, it doesn't seem to notice you. But like I said, these look like they are more aware than the zombies that are walking about.
She'll definitely take note of that. So, considering the 5 I know, now I see this one ghoulish here. I see 2. Oh no, yeah, 2 ghouls on the bridge.
Correct.
So okay, so 8 total so far. Okay. looking this. Oh wait, sorry, I don't mean to move myself. Looking down
Well, you can.
this way.
That's fine. But if you do head off that way, it doesn't look like there's really a way to get around the outside of the southern section there. It looks like it's kind of a steep kind of drop. As you can see, it starts to kind of begin there. But on this side of it, it starts to become a bit more pronounced, heading towards the road that connects on the north side. So there's no real means of kind of... You can go down and around, which we'll cover on the kind of external map on the right. But there's no way up that block of a building. And there's really nothing over that way for you. If you want to investigate it, it's fine. I'm just saying that there's kind of a very long circumnavigation to get around it.
Right. Okay. So south is not really a great option. She'll just chill in the tree for a bit then.
Okay. Eric, I'm assuming you tried to stay close, right?
Yeah, just within visual. Just
Okay.
keep a visual on it, that's all.
Then I'll say you'll probably be here-ish. Avrin and Gordy are probably not too far behind Eric, right?
Yes.
And Hezrod, are you just staying over there? And out of character, please don't try to fight me on me saying you didn't find the pit. You didn't find the pit. Just move
No,
on.
that's fine.
Okay. Don't want to fight you.
John, check chat.
I will do it.
I can't
Yeah,
see
it's a regular
anything
greatsword.
anymore.
Weighs more? Okay.
It weighs the same. No, it weighs the same.
Oh,
Can
sorry.
am I generally aware that my teammates are in this direction?
Yeah, you would have seen them go on.
Yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna move and I'm gonna follow after them, try to catch up with them. But I'm gonna try to stick to cover and hide behind trees and stuff as I go. I basically want to keep any sort of cover between me and where I know the undead are.
Okay. Yeah, you're all fine. Stealth-wise, no problem. But you kind of catch up. You're a ways behind Golridir and Avran, who are a ways behind Eric, who is a ways behind Fiona. Fiona in the tree. You'd think that you could probably jump from tree to road here. Do you want to wait for the guard to move a bit and then maybe come to a decision whether you want to do that or... Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to watch for at least another half hour to see if any kind of more movement shifts, to see if that kind of gargoyle turns its face the other way, or yeah.
As you're kind of focusing in on it, you can go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really, but it's not really looking directly at you. It seems to be kind of looking past the tree, like in between the tree and you. You're pretty sure it probably wouldn't see you, but eventually there's a point where all of the zombies that were on the road have moved to your left. If you were to jump down now, and having watched the zombie, you know that it stopped here and then turned around, so you know that they don't pass the bridge. So if you were to go under the bridge, you could try and see what's on the other side of it.
Interesting. I would want to wait for the others though before she does this, so that they know that she's jumping into this area.
Distance-wise, you're close enough to awaken mind with Eric, but I don't think anyone else. So if you want to communicate your desire for him to move up, because I don't think his plan was to follow you directly. It was just to stay behind you and keep watch, right?
Yeah.
So
Like, sort of follow it directly, but more or less, I don't know, sort of...
you weren't going to climb the tree after her, like...
No.
Yeah. So if that's what you're wanting him to do, then, like, come over to the tree, then you just communicate that. That's fine. And she did say gargoyle, but she meant ghoul.
Sorry, ghoul. Yes.
Okay, I was just thinking, it's like gargoyle. Okay, this is getting interesting.
Gordier,
Yeah, before...
Go ahead.
I was to say before, well, never mind. I was going to, like, motion them forward just to make sure they keep...
Yeah.
Make sure we're all staying within line.
I would assume that it kind of maintains the kind of 30-foot distance between the lots.
Okay.
Hezrod wouldn't mind catching up to Golridir.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't necessarily need to be bringing up the rear.
Got it. We got the cleric paladin squad, and we got the godless heathens in the tree. Got it.
Heathens!
It is scarily accurate because that is actually what's happening. Two people aren't just like gods are, man. Everyone's just like,
Nature and eye things. Anyways, do you want to jump down onto the road, Fiona and/or Eric?
She'll awaken now that
Oh.
everyone seems to be close enough. She will do like a mental kind of connection with people and say,
Skype
"Alright,
call.
do you think we should observe a bit more? Maybe try the north before we find a clearer path? Or I can see that there are quite a few ghouls around. 8.
Then can we talk to you through this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
assuming-
excellent. Then can we talk to each other?
No.
Okay.
Just Fiona.
Only
Yeah,
Fiona.
just
Let's all talk at one
I was
time
just-
in her
Hands
mind.
I was just thinking-
He hears too.
just hear everybody in the party going, ah.
Then Fiona can say to say to Hezron, actually, Gloria called you a punk.
Yeah, right now Hezron's like, ah, Fiona, why are you in my head?
Telephone.
Gordier's used to at this point.
Yeah.
Anywho, explains
Everyone's
the.
just
But,
Go ahead.
well, I'll voice my thought of like I think we should gather more intel first.
Okay.
Because the more information we get, the more prepared we are for if something goes wrong,
Got it.
or more
Yeah.
likely when.
Okay. So I will note, just for your awareness, you arrived here late in the evening due to your travel plan, which means that it was probably somewhere around 8-ish when you arrived. You've already spent about an hour watching the zombie traffic, which means it's probably closer to 9. So keep that in mind. Somewhere around midnight-ish, I'll make you make Constitution saving throws to avoid exhaustion for being awake too long. So.
It's very late.
That's correct.
Fuck.
But not quite his bedtime.
Yeah, we
Well-
should have set up shop in I don't know, in the bar or something.
Oh, that would have been
well-
a great idea. Well, no, they
Well,
also were getting zombies.
Mhm.
That's true,
But we could go find a place to camp and do some more scouting and then try to see what to do in the morning.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Hezrod's
Well,
like,
they'll-
yeah,
I'll-
Hezrod votes find a safe place away from here to camp for the night,
Mhm.
and
yeah,
then
come back in the morning.
in the morning try to figure out some way to continue on while avoiding this place completely.
Well,
I think Fiona is very much like,
We are
Let's
trying to
destroy them
assault.
all.
We're trying to randomly assault a fortress in the middle of the night.
full
You got
of
us in the first
undead.
half, Chief.
Remember
fortress.
how much she does not like undead.
Yeah, like
Well,
Hezrod's
guess
not
what?
a fan.
I much rather the thought of being alive.
Exactly.
But we have the advantage during the day.
We can kill as many undead as we
Maybe.
want in the morning.
I was gonna say, well, no one's arguing that, so let's go find a place to camp before we
Yes,
have our
fine.
Rumspringer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
If you are exiting the scene and moving away, are you moving in a southerly, northerly, or back westerly? Or if you'd like to try and surpass this and move on an easterly route, let me know. Whatever your
So-
plan is.
You said we're like right about here. Oh, sorry. I'm pinging this this map over on the right.
Yep.
So we're like right in
The
this
Avran token.
neck of the woods.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. North brings us closer to the main road, doesn't it?
The
Yeah, looks like-
north would lead you closer to the main thoroughfare. That's correct.
That's
So-
what Fiona suggested, so I think that's where she wants to go.
So I propose what? Head west then north, or
Yeah, but you would know that the path to the south of this place would actually lead not in a well-trafficked means, but it would lead from Fort Fargrad south, moving it towards the coast itself. I'll bring you back to the big map. Hold on.
I was thinking of asking that. Like,
Yeah, got you.
so over there.
Oh, right.
I'll go ahead and doodle the path that you. Oh, that's too big.
Yeah, so we're
That's
here.
what she said.
I heard of
assuming-
that.
That was awful. That was awful.
So we're here.
Rough.
I'm assuming we'd have to move all the way down here,
Also-
instead, or I guess we could just pop over
Oh,
the mountain if
nice.
we really, really want to.
If that helps.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mhm.
And
Where's the
where's
bird?
where's Knock at? Knock's
Okay.
down here.
Knock's
Yeah.
all the way
Uh-huh.
down there.
It's
Mhm.
it
But
works.
our horses, we left our horses in Manus, right?
You're not
Yeah.
getting back to
Yeah.
Manus to get your
Stable.
horses
Yeah.
That's
anytime
going-
soon.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
Wait.
that's why.
Considering that we wandered into this area in the first place, I
No,
think
no,
I'd
we
say-
have horses.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have 3?
We have
Over
four.
there.
No, we have
Four.
4 horses with us.
No, 4 that we
Oh,
took
shit, I
from.
forgot about
Where is
that.
it? Wasn't it
You're
labeled? I thought it was
right.
labeled, but we have 4
Yeah,
that we
he
took from there.
collected them.
Yes, we have 4
Forgot about
war
that.
horses. No, draft horses.
Riding
Yeah.
horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Riding
So
horses.
Riding
Sorry.
I propose we exit south, lead our horses to the road, and then once we get to the road, we mount up and beat feet. Like just ride as far as we can.
Yeah.
Well, I'm for going south and making camp and then figure out what we're doing in the morning. Because I got a feeling at least one person here is going to be very strongly opposed to that idea.
You're damn right. So,
We can't abandon the people.
are we
So
just
Avalan
supposed
wants
to
to-
leave
No
these
people.
undead here?
We can't. How do you
Hold on,
ban
hold on, hold on.
those who don't want our help?
So, I'm gonna assume that the communication goes out that we're moving because Average just did some yelling, and I don't want to try and roleplay
No, yes. No.
the minutia of them realizing a paladin is yelling that it wants to murder them all, and then being opposed to that. So you move
I would
past
hope-
that point. So I would
I
like
hope
for
Avern isn't that dense.
everyone to make a stealth check.
We drag his ass into the woods.
Yeah, literally.
No, you're coming with us.
13.
Okay.
Nat
we're doing-
1, and I
you're-
still get a 10.
You're in a forest, so I don't know if that helps you at all.
I thought
Actually,
it
that was not a
just-
bad roll.
Can't remember if it's checks or I thought it was intelligence checks. Or was it all? No, it's proficient. It's got to do with something with proficiency, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
still
Fucking
don't.
average.
When you make intelligent, no, only intelligence or wisdom checks.
Shit.
Yeah, when you make intelligence or wisdom check related to favorite terrain.
Yeah, it's neither of those things. So yeah, it'd still be what you rolled.
Still, Nat 1, I still get a 10.
Okay. As you're exiting out, you move back to the horses. You realize that it does appear that the zombies on the road notice you. It doesn't look like they do anything, except for that the one that's mainly focused on you, and I would assume, based on your perceptions, it's probably Golradier who catches wise. You would see that the undead looks at you, and then its eyes flare bright, kind of icy blue, and it kind of straightens up as it's looking at you. Then it just falls to the ground like a puddle, like just a... And that's it.
What?
It sees you, its eyes turn blue, and it focuses in on you, and then its body just kind of drops.
Too sexy.
Yep.
Not the first time someone's melted at
Oh.
my sight.
It looks
Golradier.
good kill.
If only
mean,
I
did
could
you see
drink
the drawing?
wine with him. Anyways, do you wish to continue moving out?
That does take pause. But if everyone is still moving,
Yeah, you're the only one that noticed,
yeah.
based on passives.
Yeah. I mean, if everyone's still moving, we'd still go.
Yours isn't a 16,
But-
is it, Chad? Your passive?
Actually, it is a 16.
Then you would notice as well.
Oh. Ezra just goes, "What the fuck?"
I just remembered you rolled really bad that other time. I forgot if it was because you suck at rolling or if it was because you're bad at perception. It was the first one.
Surprise.
It's a no bones day.
No bones,
Right.
no dice. Bones, dice, yeah, I get it. It's good.
So he watches this thing fall to the ground after that happens, and he waits a few moments to see if anything else happens, and then he chases after everybody.
Body drops, and if you wait for a couple seconds, Golradier and Hezron give each other a look and continue on to the horses. You get to the horses, you ride out for a little while, you make it to a distance away. Someone trained in survival can make an attempt to find a safe place to camp, and someone trained in survival can help.
I am not trained in survival.
I
Sure,
train.
I wonder who is.
The way it goes
at
is
this
Averin looks for the camp, and Eric helps.
Or
Mhm.
we can do one or the other. But yeah,
'Cause-
that's the best way because
if
I
you-
got my helping thing.
Yeah, if you help, he gets 3 dice. It's the best way to go.
Yeah.
Roll another dice.
So, roll another dice for that 9.
Okay, so then it'll be 15.
15.
Okay. You feel like you're in a place that is not going to give benefit. You definitely feel like there's not a lot of place where you're able to find a place to kind of rest well and rest good. So you feel like, after searching for some time, sleep is going to take you before you find a safe place. So taking the rest that you can is the only option that you have available. That said, this is the first unsafe rest I think we've had. An unsafe rest operates like a short rest, but it takes 8 hours to complete. You do not gain the benefits of gaining a long rest, meaning you do not regain spell slots, you do not regain hit dice, you do not regain all of your hit points. You can also take an unsafe short rest, but you will not gain the benefit of sleeping. You will still gain the benefit of sleeping, which means you will not become exhausted. It just means that you will not be able to recover as fully as you had hoped.
The only damage I've taken was from the
You
liquor.
can spend hit dice in an unsafe or long rest. That's not a problem.
So, what? So, what do we get out of an unsafe long
It's
rest?
like you
We
took a
don't
short
crit-
rest.
Oh, okay. Okay. Not sure I want to burn a hit dice for 2
Plus
hit points.
sleep. Yeah.
If the sleep itself is not gonna give me any,
Well, the sleep does give you a benefit. It means you don't become exhausted.
that's true. So I'm basically gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, unsafe. Whatever it is.
Yep. Spend your hit dice accordingly, at your leisure. And I would like for your representative or multiple representatives to go ahead and roll 3d20s to see if you have random encounters. Due to the fact that you're spotted, the chance of this being a situation that happens is heightened.
So
First
we're
one-
not going back?
Well, you're still taking your rest. We're not done with that yet.
Oh, okay.
So I need 2 more d20s. And we know that
I'll go with that.
Elizabeth... Oh, you rolled it anyways. I was going to say Elizabeth is not the one you want to roll. You did okay, though.
I was gonna say, like, do we want to just like have 3 people roll 320?
All right.
I wasn't the
3,
worst.
13, 16.
I tried. It's a no bones day.
Well, I'm hoping at least one of those is good.
Yeah.
I think we.
The 3 is. I think if you manage
Ballpark
to carry
3
lower is
tiers.
better.
I think Lowe's is best.
Low is what we want.
All right. Bear with me here.
Is it a bear? Are we gonna fight a bear?
Oh, your watch schedules. Whoever would be on third
Um,
watch is active, and I need them to be conscious or cognitive of me talking at their face. It's a weird way of saying it, but it's the way I said it, so it's what we're going with.
Okay. How do you guys want to do this order? I mean, what? Golradier can trance, so
Yeah, I only need 4 hours of sleep, but the rest can be just, or like sleep.
Well,
Same.
will third be the final?
Yeah, I mean, I
Wait,
can
Averin
I can take
also
third.
trances?
Well, I'm saying if third
Yeah,
is the
sure.
final, I'll take that as there because, like I said, I'm trying to be more like Eric is always up early.
Yeah, if
Just
you're still
Yeah.
doing
habit he's formed.
the way I
You're-
recall it, it was 3 4-hour watches was the original
Yeah.
watch cycle that you guys did in the in
Mhm.
character chats. So if that's not what you're doing, you want to change it up, go for it. But if that is what you're doing,
I think
then-
I
But-
typically like trance during the middle watch,
okay.
Everyone
But-
trances, quote unquote.
so I'd be awake
first.
during first and third.
So you two would be awake on third watch, and then everyone else would be
Yeah.
unconscious then,
Yeah.
having taken other watches at the points. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Unless
cool.
Rod either would have been,
But-
probably would have been the first one.
I don't think Fiona takes watches.
Yeah,
Frankly.
just cashes out all the time. That's smart. Most spellcasters do that. Avran and Golradir, the two of you can go ahead and make perception checks.
I'm good at those.
Well, I know.
Oh, I'm not good at those. 10.
And Avran?
He rolled an 8.
You got an
I got
8.
an 8.
You know what? I'll spend my
We're
inspiration.
getting jumped. We're getting jumped. It sounds like we're getting jumped.
You know what? I'll spend my inspiration.
No,
too.
we only need 1.
We're not
Yeah.
on the same watch.
No,
Yeah,
we're
you
on
are.
the same watch.
Oh, we are. Okay,
Yes.
then never mind. Whoops.
Or
Okay.
unless you want to because you had the better roll.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Spend
do it.
yours.
Yeah, I'll
18.
spend mine. I'll spend mine.
We need all the help we can get right now.
Okay.
I'll take my 18.
That being the case, you, Avran, and not Golradir, notice that out kind of the way that you came, you can see what appears to be a skeletal horse with kind of bright red glowing eyes, a rider in full plate armor who is kind of tilted low off the side of the horse looking down at your tracks. It does not seem to have noticed you thus far, and this is a creature that's probably a good 300 or so feet out. The mist is not present in this place, so sightlines are actually pretty far, with the starlight being what it is, and him kind of being up on a hill. He's kind of backlit by the, just celestial, unending spiral in the sky.
Okay.
Out of character, real quick, I need to explain that. I don't think that's been mentioned. So the campaign settings named the unending spiral. It's the name for the celestial bodies around. It's like the Milky Way. So just kind of, instead of looking at it on its axis, you're actually kind of looking at it on its side. So you're in the galaxy, but it's like a big ass spiral that doesn't seem to ever end. That's it. Continuing.
Maddening.
Indeed. The center,
Can-
and you see the center, which is like an absolute solid black blot in the sky. So that's also cool. But back to you.
No, we're not looking at that. We don't look at the center. 'Cause if you stare into the void, it stares back. Avran is gonna tell Goradir, go wake everyone up. It seems we have a visitor. And then he's gonna get in like a tree,
Okay.
right?
The trees here are a little bit more kind of tall, like old growth trees.
That's
So-
fine. That's fine.
Do
He's
you know?
gonna get
Do you know what that? Do you know what that means though? Like in real life,
no.
that means the lowest branch is like 50 feet high.
Yeah.
I see.
So
They probably-
it's like a trunk, and then there's like a tree, like a Christmas tree on top.
Like you
Okay.
literally have to be like a
Sorry.
bear, a
Sorry.
giant bear, and you have to like shimmy.
Sorry,
like,
city boy, you don't know what an old growth tree is.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay,
like-
so
Bear climb that.
Wrong character.
alright, so if
Where's
there
Nodder
are
when you need him?
bushes,
Yeah,
like next to the road,
there would be.
okay.
Well, there's no road. Like you've been kind of keeping on.
I mean
the
the
road,
trail.
Yeah, you didn't camp on the road. That would have been.
Yeah,
silly.
that would have been horrible. So he's gonna get into a spot where he thinks the skeletal rider is gonna, or the plate armored rider is going to go,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna wait with his great
To
sword.
try and get advantage. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and make a stealth check. Because you're trying to remain stationary in that regard, I will grant you advantage, which will negate the you being very easy to hear as you move to get in position.
True.
So just
Okay,
go with
thank-
whatever the first roll is.
What? Fucking epic.
Oh, 14.
Okay. You find what appears to be kind of like a broken kind of bit of stone and rock, and you kind of move over to it, get behind it, weapon in hand, kind of keeping an eye just cautiously around the edge, but not moving your full head, just kind of peering out with the one eye. And,
I'm also using the tooth of the 100-handed one, not the fine greatsword.
got it. Those of you who are back in the camp, I believe Golradir would have been waking someone up. Golradir,
Yes.
don't. Oh, you are there. Okay. Who would you have awakened first?
Probably Hezrod.
Okay. Hezrod, you're awake. The situation has been explained to you. By the time you are roused, the rider does appear to have moved a bit closer, now somewhere around 200 or so, 300, 250 or so feet away.
How long does it take to put on my armor?
4 minutes.
Okay.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me figure out what my base AC would be. Probably be 9. I think
Dex
9 would
modifier
probably
is -1,
be... No, Dex is +1.
so then
it's
it'd be
like
an
8
11.
+1. Oh,
It's 10
okay.
plus a 1.
Okay, cool. So, base AC is 11. That'd be... I'm doing some math real quick.
Sure.
Okay. He doesn't have time to put on his armor, so he picks up his shield and his club, and man, I really want to use that axe. Yeah, he picks up his shield and his club and kind of tries to go see what's going on.
And Golridir, after Hezron is awakened, do you move to wake anybody else up?
Eric, basically
Mm.
in descending strongness.
Gotcha. That makes
Hey,
sense.
you're not. Hey, I may not be physically strong, but I can fuck out some people with my dex.
So, even though Hezron left his armor behind, he's got the rest of his other stuff, like his holy symbol and all that, all this stuff that he can just like grab and go.
Okay.
I'm guessing. Wait, no, he's wearing medium, so light armor. What's the speed for light armor to put on and off?
Light
Pretty
armor's
sure
2
it's
minutes.
less. Oh.
Light armor's what, 2 minutes?
But you can sleep in light armor.
Oh, then in that case, yeah. I was going to say that, but then I just remembered I had a flashback to one time I did that, and I got exhaustion for it.
Yeah.
Granted, I was wearing heavy armor.
Light armor I'm cool with. Heavy armor you have to take off. But I'm assuming that Avran being on watch played it up first and then went off to go and do the watching.
Okay.
And that
Okay,
makes
well,
sense.
knowing that sleeping in light armor is fallen, I would have kept it on, knowing that now. And in
Sure.
the future. So, yeah, armor up, sword, weapon, following.
Oh, I see. That's fun. This is going to be a second. Bear with me
Does
here.
Avran still have the goggles?
Yeah.
Has
I imagine, yeah.
And has it
Okay.
been 8 hours since we were at the fort? My dark vision lasts for 8 hours.
It would be, yeah.
Okay. And for a moment, I
you
can
can't
see
see
everything.
shit.
Now I'm blind.
This is weird.
I can see Avran. It's me.
Oh, I see. That's funny. Legacy. Long story short, I just pulled a map from a very classic, a very old map that we used in ancient times. This is actually from Shadows of Stormloft. Because classic. So this is good 5-6 years old. That being said, it is using very old lighting, so that lighting is a hot mess. But still going to work with it. I'm going to say that placement-wise, Avren, I'm actually going to put you kind of closer to here. You're pretty sure that the rider is probably going to be coming through either this way or this way. In either way, you kind of position here in this kind of bush will make for decent kind of defense.
Hezron over here more towards Avran.
Got it.
This is everything is pitch black. I don't know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see
I was
nothing.
my turn to say that. So I think me and everyone are in the same boat.
Actually, he's not going to stand directly behind him. He'd be over here.
I can see.
No, you can't see me, Hezrod. I'm invisible.
I'm invisible.
You can't see my
you know.
great sword out this bush.
He's John Cena.
So great. Gordier, after waking Eric, I assume you would wake Fiona.
Yes.
By this point, the rider has moved upwards of 100 feet out from you. As I mentioned, horse is completely skeletal. Eyes of the horse are kind of burning red. The rider himself is kind of in full plate armor. You can see he has a sword on his back. Very massive looking hilt to the weapon. Very kind of just pretty basic armor. It looks like kind kind of grayish kind of plate.
Hmm.
Grayish like a gray boy.
Like that, gray boy.
Get out from here. You don't belong up here, bad
Are we
cat.
fighting him?
No.
I don't want to fight him. He looks
Never.
strong.
We're about to fuck around and find out.
No,
Oh,
no.
God damn it! No, Jonah. No, down.
For a fun, hilarious bit of trivia, my cat actually is named after a character that's relatively important in the story. I'm lame. The character in question followed a party around and was kind of keeping tabs on them, and did so while polymorphed into the form of a small Manx cat, gray in coloration. So my baby cat that just was up here has a token in my shit that I could drop at any point, and it's actually one of the most powerful characters in the setting.
Wow.
Anyways,
because he's the most powerful cat.
he's a good boy.
He's the best boy.
In real life games, he has the power to jump up on the table and knock anything he wants off.
I mean,
He
That makes sense.
he somehow has more power than the DM.
Damn right.
yeah.
Somehow.
I'll allow it. But Fiona, you're awakened. They explain the situation, or Gordier explains the situation. Ryder, 100 feet out now. Doesn't look like he's seen anyone yet. So that being said, I'm going to go now from awakened status positionally. Jonah, we've already covered you. You've already made a stealth check. You've already determined what you want to do. Moving on to the
Indeed.
next awake person. Gordier, you have kind of moved through to kind of assist everyone waking up. So you'll not gain the same benefit of having advantage for the hiding that Jonah's character had. So
Right.
that being said, do you want to do anything? Do you want to move anywhere? What do you want to be doing? What do you want to do to set up?
You know what? We'll go with what we got.
Which is
We're just right where I'm at.
just standing there. Okay, out in the
Yep.
open.
Yep.
Great. Next up then would be Hezrod. No armor, club and shield. Standing out there kind of in the open.
Clubbing.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Is he freewheeling like
Standing there like a
the
fucking
Celts?
like a crazy man in the middle of just like
Wait.
yeah.
Who was it that like fought
He's-
naked in
so-
wars?
He's gonna wait a minute
Okay.
and just sort of keep an eye on Avran and be ready to back him up until he's sure the danger is past. But then after that, he's just gonna grab his stuff and like climb back into whatever hole he was sleeping in.
So this guy's still coming your direction. Like it doesn't look like he's
shit,
looking
I'm
at
sorry.
you.
I
There's a
thought you
rider
said-
up to the north. Like
Yeah, I thought you said he moved away.
no.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna move just a little bit further back. I'm assuming this stuff is like tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hiding kind of like underneath this, keeping an eye on Avran. If anything comes through here, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Make a
it.
stealth check. What'd you get?
Where? Okay.
No penalties for heavy armor, but 4 is probably really bad. You kind of dive
shit.
into the bush,
Yeah, I got a 6.
hitting a
Yeah.
bunch of it. You also see like a bunch of birds were kind of inside of the bush and start flying out, like they were sleeping there. And this massive merfolk smashing into the tree,
Oh
kind of,
fuck.
or the bush kind of roused them. You see the rider kind of turn in your direction. The skeletal horse kind of lifts up, and instead of kind of whinnying or kind of becoming rampant, you just hear this kind of sound as the eyes flare bright and fire starts to erupt from them. As the rider comes up, you see a sword come off of his back into his hand, lifting skyward. And as his sword becomes like elevated well above his position, kind of gleams in the moonlight, and his back erupts as wings sprout from his back. He then lifts the horse off of the ground, and rider and horse, apparently being propelled by rider, not mount, come flying straight towards Hezrod.
Oh no.
Can I Eldritch Blast it?
I would say that we're at a point where it's basically going to be initiative. There's no surprise round, so you can on your initiative. I will say, because you said you were hiding under the bush, you'd be prone. You kind of dove down into it at the start of the initiative counter. I think that's more than fair. Let's see. Really need a good fucking battle music for this. Pretty good fight. Combat.
I got a 15. That's not too bad.
Let's just go with apoplexy.
Hold on, my roll 20 completely froze.
No worries.
Oh, mine did too, but I thought it was because of my browser, because it don't seem to like Opera.
It's not opera.
That's what the browser I'm using.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the music I was playing. I was like,
No, I'm using the Opera GX because trying something different.
got it.
It was weird though, because I could still hear the music. Okay, there we go.
I can't wait for Tuesday to get my better internet.
Man, Roll20 is being fun tonight.
Maybe everyone's playing.
Yeah, it's Friday. Makes
Did
sense.
it just
Oh,
stop
fuck.
for everyone? Because it stopped for me.
It did
It
not
might
stop
have.
for me.
It crashed for me a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it crashed me for a bit, but I don't know if it was the browser because I couldn't see your still throwing chat, so I was like, I think something broke.
I think I'm still good. It's slow, but
Yo,
I'm
who is
still
this
good.
fucking guy?
Poomst.
That is. That looks like a tiefling
Uh,
or a devil kid.
Oh, he big boy.
He's got wings, so
Nice.
Is he an angel?
yeah, that's the one.
A little farther down south.
Oh, can we all roll initiative
mean-
now?
Yeah, initiative up,
Yeah.
please.
Technically, all devils are angels, right?
Not in this setting.
Well, I mean, biblically, they're fallen angels.
Yeah, in real life, yeah, devils are fallen angels.
Yeah.
In this campaign setting, yeah.
Oh, not. Did you see my roll?
Yeah, I see it.
You
They're
got
not-
a 6.
Hold on, I can make him happen.
Oh,
I'm still
there we go.
okay. I think I'm finally loaded in, but everything's still black for me.
Well, you don't have sight.
I should, because I got dark vision still, don't I?
Oh.
Oh, because we got interrupted. Good point.
Sure.
What? Oh.
Anyways,
Beep, beep,
initiative shenanigans. Let's go. 19.
Okay.
Whether that's actually helpful or not is a different story.
I actually love that my initiative is
thing.
not because I woke up last. Like,
beep.
it's canonically beautiful.
literally by the end of the turn, you're gonna be like, "What's going on?" And like
What's going
people
on,
are
guys?
dying and screaming, and
As there's blood splattered across my face.
everything's on fire.
Gord your notes. Wake up Fiona first. Takes longer.
Oh, that's super weird. It's not showing the initiative on the.
Oh, well,
Because it's lagging like crazy. Ha, get it.
Oh.
So I have two windows open, and
shit.
one is not there yet. All right.
It's doing its best.
Okay, so yeah, my primary window's running fine. So apologies to those that are watching. Theater of the mind for you. I'll try and be as explanatory as possible. But yeah, a massive skeletal horse with Barding comes smashing down onto the ground in front of Hezrod. It drops low enough that the Cambion thing on top of its back begins to kind of bring its blade up to bear, wielding a greatsword one-handed, mind you. And first on the initiative docket is Eric.
Wow,
Yes.
nice.
It's still Eric, though.
Yeah.
I'm not even listening to us.
Gavin.
I
Gavin.
don't think
Gavin.
Gavin can see.
He says 1 second. Then we're going to hold on him then.
Oh yeah, because he's a human.
No, he's got dark vision. I should have updated it.
Oh, did he I thought he.
It's been no, it lasts 8 hours.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he cast it again.
Yeah, I fixed it. I don't know if Roll20 is just barring him from being able to see or anything.
It might be.
Yeah, weird. Okay, so then we'll hold off on him. We'll go ahead and skip and move to Golridir.
Okay. Seeing that guy and just.
Oh, no. Sorry. I'm going to be more than fair. Avrin, you ready in action? You can go ahead and take a movement and an attack if you'd like.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do the thing. Let me roll to hit.
I imagine it's a very Conan-esque kind of movement.
Indeed, it's like
You were sitting
it's
there
less...
praying to your god, and you're like, if you do not let me get vengeance on them, then to hell with you.
Yes. Let me roll to hit. It's just gonna be a
Hail
normal.
Crom.
Hail crown.
What?
We're talking about Conan. It's fine.
Oh,
Sorry
okay,
about that.
gotcha.
No worries. Well, if you want to, you'll go after Avran because Avran's actually getting surprise round. He's
Why
going to
does
be
this
acting in the
keep
first.
resetting?
round
Fucking
of
super
initiative.
stealthy boy over here.
Well, he's not acting in the first round of initiative. He's just reacting because he was prepped. You would have had advantage. You were hidden. So 24 hits. You're attacking the rider or the horse.
The rider.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Put a smite into him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
he
forgot to fucking click it. Alright, it's an
will
extra
not
2d8.
actually have benefit.
Oh.
That's pretty.
Is he
shitty.
fiend or undead?
You can roll one more d8.
Wow. Wow.
15.
As it kind of drops low and is kind of hunting out for Hezrod, you kind of rush out, please, and smash into him. He kind of like takes the brunt of the blow and kind of like gets phased for just a second. That was a
Nice.
reaction that happened at the beginning of the initiative count. Your turn will still cycle on your turn, but from this point forward, moving to your initiative, you do not have a reaction. Eric,
Okay.
you're up.
Okay. Can
Is the
I-
greatsword meant
Oh,
to
no.
do 0 damage?
What?
Can
The tooth of the 100-handed
No,
one?
it's
Because, like,
You can do
2d6.
0 damage.
no, because ever so often it switches to 0 instead of 2d6.
No. That's not a thing it should be doing. But anyways, Eric.
I do not have distance. I could. No, I can't. I can't get up in here because that's inside the horse. So I can't get. I guess I'm just gonna shoot him with one of my 5 arrows.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no. First off, I'm going to. First thing, hunter's mark,
Okay.
and then shoot him twice. Cause
And you're
I
targeting the
extra
rider,
attack.
correct?
The rider, yes, not the horse.
Okay.
So longbow 1.
He'll use his reaction to interpose the horse into the attack instead. You shoot the horse.
Okay.
It is a piercing weapon, so it'll do reduced damage, skeletal.
Okay.
Alright.
And it didn't roll the hunter's mark. Hunter's mark is an extra 2.
Hunter's Mark wouldn't take effect because it's hitting the horse.
Oh, yeah, it's right there. So,
No worries.
Then. So, well, both the horse and the rider has been hit now, right?
No. The rider interposed
do-
using his reaction to make the mount take the hit.
Yeah, but.
Oh,
but
sorry, he was hit
Avrin
by
the
Habron. Right,
rider.
right. They've both been hit. So colossal
Okay,
damage will happen
so
on
I
both.
can. So class liars is it can just be forever on.
Got it.
So shoot at the rider again with the 16.
Okay, that'll miss.
Oh, that'll miss altogether.
Yeah, he's got plate armor. Alright.
Okay, so that's 2 arrows down. I'm down to 3.
Golridir, you're up.
And I'm going to use my movement to get up behind Hezrod.
Okay.
So I'm going to move just a little bit forward since everyone is moving, and then cast Bless
Okay.
at
Who are your targets?
3, level 2, so then I can bless 4 people,
Who are your targets?
not everyone but me.
Got it. All right. Any bonus actions or anything else?
Moved 10 feet. I'm gonna actually move back over here where there's a little bit of brush.
Okay. Sounds good. Hezrod, you're up.
Hezron uses his movement to stand up, and as he does, he shillelaghs on his club. So bonus action shillelagh.
Okay.
And as his action, I'm going to cast. Is that it? No, that's not the one. Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
That's the one. I'm gonna cast Fateful End.
Okay.
Sure.
Make a melee attack.
with the shillelagh.
You have a critical range of 16 through 20.
And I also have Bless.
Yep.
So shillelagh.
Okay, so it crits.
Ooh. God, that was.
And you deal an
so
extra
off-
3d6 damage. The damage that's an additional does not multiply.
multiply, yeah. So let me see.
It'll be
Shillelagh,
that
that's
plus
14.
3d6.
Another D8,
Mm-hmm.
and then 3d6. Since it crit, I'm also going to use my reaction to use Omen of the Forge.
We're looking at 12, 26 damage so far. And Omen of the Forge says an extra d10.
Does that double because it was a crit?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's another 2d10.
This is
So,
okay. All right.
Start bringing the pain.
He's bloodied.
so let me see. That's 14, 19, 26.
I got it all.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Hezrod, you are done, right?
Yes.
Avran, you're up.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Okay.
One more thing.
Wait for it.
Hold on.
You
Hold
don't
on.
have a bonus action.
One
You don't have
last
a
thing, and then I
reaction.
swear to God, I'm done. No, I don't. But I have this,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
so I'm gonna use one of those to add another. What is that? 6 damage.
Jesus.
Right.
Cool. Okay, now I'm done. I promise.
48 damage. Solid hit.
Nice.
Avran, you're up.
So just
He's gonna cast Divine Favor on himself,
Sure.
giving him extra d4 to his damage.
Okay.
And it's Radiant. And then he's just gonna go with a Great Weapon Master Greatsword attack.
Okay.
Nope, not that one. Oh my lord.
Okay. The tooth will be in the fine condition.
Okay.
All right.
Wait. I have extra attack.
Second attack.
Thank God. Okay.
So 21 minus 3 is 18.
Yes.
Miss.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. It goes to its initiative as a bonus action. He speaks a word. You watch as healing energies kind of swarm around him.
Son of a bitch.
And then he will use his action. He will make a single attack with his greatsword. Crit. I would like Avran, Hezrod, and Eric to take
What?
14 slashing damage and 14 fire damage. As he reaches out with the blade two-handed, swings it out in front of you, and makes a huge kind of sweeping arc that sends flame outwards, almost like a burning hand shot out in front of you.
I'm sorry. How much? That was 14
28.
And for
So
those of you
28 total.
who are mechanically minded, he's on the horse, so he can technically hold any space. And of course, he would be in the space behind him, throwing the burst outwards so that it affects all three parties. Okay, great. That's his initiative. What's the con saving throw for
Oh,
the?
That's the
Divine
keep
Favor?
Divine Favor. Yeah.
It would have
I
been.
make
It smells
dragon.
like
It would have been
overcooked fish.
one source, so it's actually going to be just the first one, but 22 plus the 3 should succeed, because the
Okay.
14 plus 14 is 28, halved is 14. 22 meets that saving throw. And Hunter's Mark is concentration as well, is it not?
I'm just double checking now. I'm 90% sure it is. Yeah,
Okay, then go ahead and throw
So-
me Constitution saving throw as well.
20 plus 3.
Yeah, you're good. All right, Fiona. Oh, sorry, the horse. Sorry.
The horse gets a turn.
Yeah,
Horse.
He's on initiative.
no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's
I
underneath.
mean, yeah, I mean, he's a part of the initiative.
He's fighting. I would like for
there.
Avran, Hezrod, and Eric to all make dexterity saving throws.
Fuck.
It's something I'm good at. I say that as I probably gonna roll a 1 or 2. I rolled a 8, 14, 4 for 18.
Okay. If you
Chad,
failed
don't forget
a
bless.
DC 17 dexterity saving throw, you
I
are
actually
knocked.
made it.
You are knocked prone, and you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you are trampled. If you succeeded, you cannot stand in the space that you are in. You need to move either left or right to avoid the trample. So
If I go right, can I?
it would.
Will I gain any benefit from standing in the bush?
You have to move 5 feet, so I don't care. And yeah, you'd have cover, so that'd be fine. And Eric, you can't move there because it would have been through the line of the creature. So yeah, into the bush with you. Okay.
And so if I pass, I don't take any damage.
Avrin, you failed, did you not?
Yeah.
You don't move. You stay right where you're at. It ran over
Oh.
top of you.
Okay.
A literal skeletal horse trampled you. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's down.
Okay. Like dying.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Cool.
Jesus Christ.
And the
Great.
horse rides up on Fiona. The rider on top of it, kind of looking at you.
Ah, shit.
Does it look like it has an intent behind approaching me?
The rider? No.
Just
like he was-
description.
It looks like he was
Just the horse?
breaking the line. In all
Oh.
actuality, he's probably looking more intently at Golridir because Golridir appears to be a caster, and you haven't
Healing.
proven
So
yourself to be
far.
anything yet.
I was gonna say
Or
so far.
casting.
And the good thing about Fiona is she's paranoid, so she sleeps in all of her shit. So she pulls out her dagger and she looks at this thing and hatred burns in her eyes. And she casts Spirit Shroud, knowing that this creature gained hit points, didn't it?
It did.
Well, not again.
Well,
The damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold, so I'm assuming radiant.
We're making it
And
radiant.
any creature that takes this damage will not be able to regain hit points. Yep.
I would like them both to also have reduced speed, please.
Okay. Yeah, and that's only if you hit the creature, so you gotta hit me first. So.
Right. And it's wearing what kind of armor again?
He's wearing
Is it
plate.
armor? Plate? I will reach out and touch it with Shocking Grasp.
Okay. You have advantage on the attack roll?
Oh,
And
how do I...
bless.
Oh, right. It does advantage automatically. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Shocking
So-
Grasp.
Yeah, that'll hit.
24 to 27.
Nice. So 5 lightning, but then
1d8.
I have to roll for... What do I roll for?
It'll be 1d8
D8?
radiant. Yep.
1d8.
Well, radiant, but I'm assuming.
Well, she chose radiant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 radiant.
Okay. Burst of electricity shocks through him and through the horse. The horse doesn't take any damage, just more for effect. It is wearing plate armor, so it kind of grounds out from him. And he kind of like the spirit shroud kind of taking hold of him. You see him kind of look at it annoyed and then look directly at you. And in a language you may not speak, Infernal, he says something very guttural, like directly at you.
Not understanding it, she'll immediately say, Emo, did you understand that?
No. That's what he replies in pretty much the same cadence I just said it. Eric.
Okay. Longbow and short sword out. Run up behind the sucker and stab him in the back with a short sword.
Okay.
Or try to with a 18.
That'll miss. As we
Yeah,
covered
wait.
in an earlier episode.
I got 2 attacks. Nope.
Yeah. He kind of like leans in forward, and as you kind of come up behind him, you stab at the back of the plate, not getting in between the grooves. Just kind of bounces off his plate armor. Eric,
Yeah.
done. Go right here. Up.
Yay, me.
I'm so
Can
sorry. I'm so sorry. It should have dealt more damage because I cast it at a higher level because I
Oh,
had
what
to.
what level did you cast it at?
I cast it as a third level.
So it
No,
would
not a third level.
be
That's wrong. That's wrong. Sorry, second level.
you can't cast
No,
that
wait, it
spell.
is a third level.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading this wrong.
Yeah. You
So
have to
that should
cast
have
it
been
at higher
third
level, but
right?
what level are you?
What? Oh, sorry.
What
It's
level is your character?
my character is a 5th level.
You cannot cast higher than third level. Third level is the spell level that you cast it at. If you were a like 10th level warlock, you'd be or whatever class you are, then you would be casting that. I think everyone knows. But you
yeah.
would be casting that at a higher level.
But
You'd be
Sorry,
casting
I'm
that at a
just
higher
seeing a
level
2 and
automatically.
I'm seeing a 3. Why am I looking at a 3?
Yeah, because that
because
spell
that's
is
the
third level.
level of all your spell slots.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
okay. Well, that's the level I cast.
Yeah, but Spirit Shroud's already third level, so it's not going to get upticked at the higher level cast. But
Understood.
Once
Understood.
you're higher level, it will always cast as a higher level when you cast it.
Oh,
Because
understood.
you're not warlock. Gora, you're still your turn.
Surprise.
Definitely not a warlock.
I mean, it lasted for like a good 10, 11 sessions. It was pretty dope. But
Yeah.
Gora, your turn.
Just for me, I know that I have dark vision,
Yeah.
but can I tell that Avran is
Yeah.
down? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Basically, it was a boom, 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 and like him kind of like smashed to the ground. And as you kind of look over in his direction, you can see that his face has been kind of smashed so much that there's just blood coming out of his nose, his face. There's like a tooth missing. You think it's a hot mess of he's been run over by a horse.
Lovely. So I would like to.
You're playing the
cast-
paladin just perfect.
That's
Amazing.
fucking amazing.
You're the guy who gets knocked over the most.
I'm just
So,
saying, hasn't Avran been knocked down like at least once every session so far?
Yeah, like every battle we do. So Sacred Flame,
On the caster or on the rider or the horse?
the writer.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw. Okay. He kind of, as he's kind of leaning back and like there's sparks flashing off of him from the short sword, he kind of pushes down this way and drags the horse down to the ground with this kind of rattling sound, kind of dipping towards Fiona, and the bolt of radiant energy slams into the grass next to where the horse kind of shifted to the side of. And then
Great.
bonus action?
Healing word on Avran. 9.
Alright. Cool. Hezra.
Wakey wakey.
Hezrod, seeing that Golradir is saving Avran's life, he pops out from his cover behind the bushes.
Sure.
And Eldritch blasts the rider.
Okay. First attack. That'll hit.
25.
I'm gonna shift it into the horse.
Okay. I'm gonna burn another Embrace Oblivion.
Into
that's
the
another
horse.
6 damage.
Yep.
Yeah. And then second Eldritch Blast, 19.
That'll miss.
Ooh, shit. Okay. Oh wait, I'm blessed.
D4. Yeah,
Nice.
You're good.
So 23.
That'll hit.
Yeah. So damage on this one, and then I'm using Embrace Oblivion on this one as well.
That should be all of your slots for embrace,
one.
right?
Yep. That's
Okay.
7 damage.
Got it.
And then back into the bushes I go. I'm gonna move a little bit deeper this time. So I'm like even like more obscured in the bushes. And then bonus action healing word myself at let's do 3rd level. Oh wait. Nope. Oh wait. I did okay.
Yeah, you can trip. You can bonus action.
Yeah, I didn't know if I had it prepared, but I did. So
Avron,
That's,
it's half your speed
11
to stand
health for myself.
from prone. And that being the case, you probably won't be able to make it into combat. But you do have lay on hands. If you want to move up and, maybe wipe a little bit of that death off of you.
Yeah. That'd be great. To wipe off some of that death. But instead, Avran is going to channel divinity.
Okay.
He's gonna use sacred weapon.
All right.
Basically, my weapon glows in a 20-foot radius, a bright light, and then dim light for 20 feet beyond that.
Yep.
And yeah, and then I don't think I can cure myself. Nope.
Okay.
Actually, I have a potion.
Bonus
think,
action is
yes.
not unless you have rapid drinker. You can't drink that
Poopy.
potion.
So I cannot. I'll just stand there.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It goes to it.
Dude, you almost died again. You're fine.
I'm gonna-
It's okay if you just stand there.
I'm going
We're
to
good,
start
we're
the thing just by asking for a simple roll. Fiona, go ahead and make an insight check. Okay.
Not very wise.
And Eric, you can make one opportunity attack with your weapon with disadvantage.
Sure, what the hell?
Okay. You watch as a flash of light and steel comes at you, Fiona, and you think that it's an attack, so you kind of bring up your guard. The next thing you notice is like you're not being slashed into pieces or ripped to shreds by this massive greatsword. Instead, you kind of look up into the night sky, the stars kind of illuminating above you, and you see the form just black out as this winged demon comes down at you with the blade.
Oh wow.
And that will hit.
Hey, what?
A winged demon.
This thing is a demon that's riding the horse. It jumped off of the horse and
Oh!
down struck into her. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh god, that's my specialty, as we all know. Ugh.
He's a jumper.
Success.
Oh!
Oh, fucking nail.
It
Nice
slams the
try.
blade into you, and as it kind of hits and connects, you take 12 slashing damage and 14 fire damage.
Okay.
You're still standing, I think?
Yeah, well, let me calculate. I'm bad at math. 1,
12
2,
and
3.
14, 26. Yeah, you should be good. But it hits so hard that it kind of splinters like your shoulder and like a bit of like the kind of upper chest and kind of causes a bunch of blood to spike outwards. If he had gotten the blade in and you weren't able to kind of force yourself to the side, he would have impaled you and dropped you to the ground. You kind of roll to the side as the blade hits, and he slams it into the dirt, and you can see it just sizzle, like the grass that's green starts to kind of burn. And you're kind of pushed back away from him and are there. As he kind of hits there, he kind of like looks at you, raises his hand up and points it at Golridir, and a bolt of fire shoots out from his hand
Aw, that's just rude.
and strikes Golridir right in the face.
Jesus.
In the face!
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Not the face!
It's going to be a total of
That's
16
feet.
fire damage.
How many?
16. It's a really good roll.
16.
Oh.
Aw.
Yeah.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Every single thing this guy has done is double digits.
He's gonna be devastated if that leaves a scar.
Alright. And then as a bonus action, he will
No.
cast a spell.
No, at this rate, we're gonna be dead.
He says another infernal word, and you watch as the healing spirits fill around him again.
Wait. He's regaining.
He
Healing
got
health?
hit.
He's casting healing. Oh, I'm sorry. No, sorry. You're right. Hold on.
He
Hold
can't.
on. Hold on. No, I had math for this. Spirit Shroud is a concentration spell. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
At advantage. At advantage because I have Eldritch Mind.
Oh, Eldritch Mind. Okay, great. But the DC for this is 13. So go ahead and roll.
Okay. This
You can
is
do this.
Constitution, right?
Advantage.
Yeah, Constitution.
On
You can do
advantage.
this.
And bless.
Oh,
So
God.
we get-
Okay. All right. So then the plan did not happen.
3 nat 20s in a row.
That's fine. The plan
I
did
get
not.
a prize
He does
with
not
3 nat 20s in a row.
He would
Oh,
know he's
hell yeah.
still he would know he's still affected by the Spirit Shroud. He would not cast it. Sorry, I had the playbook in my head. I didn't. I did really well in the first few points. I did not. I forgot the one step. Fiona, make a
We'll forgive
Constitution
you. We'll
saving
forgive
throw. Okay, he's done. Fiona, you're up.
She's gonna laugh in his face, reach out her hand, and do another shocking grasp.
Go for it.
Fair.
Although, actually, let me pause for a second. Magic Missile. I know it has a range of 120, but
Yeah, you don't.
it
It's not a
still
range
hit,
attack. You
right?
can auto hit him. Yep.
Well, that's what it
Sick,
is. It's just
okay.
it says auto hit. That's all it is.
Okay. Out of curiosity, would each dart trigger a spirit shroud, or would it just be one spirit shroud?
It's from a single source, so it would be one
Single
spirit
source.
shroud.
Okay. So each charge will trigger a second level up. So it'll be a first level, a second level, and a third level.
Right. So you're casting magic missile at him.
Yes.
Okay, and you're using what spell slot again? What was it?
So a first level, a second level, and a third level.
Oh, you're casting the spell at third level. Oh, you're using the
so
wand.
with the
You're using the
wands-
wand. Okay, so
yeah,
then-
using the wand, it's like the first charge is a first level.
so
the
you're
second charge
casting
is a
it
second
at
level.
third level for 3 charges. Is the wording you want to use, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
it'll create
A total
one,
of
2, 3,
5
4,
missiles. Because third
Yes,
level is
5.
1 higher than first, or 2 higher than first. But anyways, here's the fun fact: you bring up the wand, you throw it forward, you cast the spell, and you see him
Don't
kind
care.
of grin as you see this beam of kind of reddish force appear in between you and him, and you see him kind of raise up his hand, and the ring on his thing starts glowing red.
Oh,
You, as an
no.
arcanist, would know that's a ring of shielding, I believe it's called. It blocks him from all magic missile damage.
That's
Wow.
hardcore.
She's
That guy.
going to grit her teeth at that.
Yeah.
That's
Man.
disgusting.
Oh no.
Well, I think it's safe to say this guy was sent after us. This ain't this. Well, this is random,
I
but
mean,
I'm
blocking
getting
magic
sent after
missiles. Blocking magic missiles. It's the most common wizard spell, common sorcerer spell.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
common.
No,
AF.
but how freaking
You mean
stacked he
warlock
is?
spell?
No, but like this
I
guy's
mean, it's
stacked.
the shield.
Wait,
shield spell.
out of curiosity, he
Yeah.
blocked it on the first missile I threw, right?
No, he blocked all magic missile damage. I'm
It's
trying to
just
find
all
the.
of it.
I'm trying to find the name of the item, but it's not on his character
I think
sheet.
his ring of shielding is
I'm
just like
curious
everything.
though as to like when. So they all happened at the exact same time.
It just
even though
makes him
it
immune to
charges?
shielding, or it makes him immune to magic missile damage.
Yeah, that's really all it does.
I think it's a brooch. The brooch.
Brooch of shielding. He's got a ring of it, so that's why I'm fucking up.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
totally fine.
So the wording
But,
exactly,
yeah.
the wording
Piece of jewelry
exactly for
doesn't matter what
you.
it
You have
does,
resistance to force damage, and you have immunity to damage from magic missile spell. So
Okay.
for
Out
flavor,
of
he kind of raises the ring up, and you watch as it blocks. But yeah, also a good note too for you, Chad. Your Eldritch Blasts have not been doing as much as you thought.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't mention it
Ezra
before.
certainly would have noticed that. It's his bread and butter.
I didn't mention it before because he's not showing any difference to taking the damage.
That's fair. I mean, he certainly didn't like the club to the face.
Right.
Out of curiosity though, like so the missiles all hit at the same time, even though they were 3 different charges.
Correct. It's the
Okay.
same.
Oh.
It's the same spell. So you're wondering about for Spirit Shroud, right?
No, I'm wondering for if I could have redirected one of them, of course.
Gotcha.
Oh,
okay.
I mean,
Seeing
yeah,
it fail
you
to
could
hit
re-
him.
yeah,
I would say
you can
since you
target them,
initially
but-
said you were targeting him, then it would have gone to him.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be more than fair. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save.
No. You missed my
14
DC.
plus
15 was my
3.
DC. If you'd hit 15 or higher, I would have said you would have been
Bless.
like, a quick whip of the wand to kind of move that last missile, or last 2
Isn't
missiles.
Josie-
But...
Use the bless. Use the
Isn't
bless.
Josie blessed?
I don't think I am
Oh,
blessed.
she is blessed.
Yeah.
Roll
You-
a
Wait,
d4.
hold on. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I hit her.
Jesus.
I hit her for 16 points of fire damage, which means she needs
Jesus
a
Christ.
Goldier needs to make a Constitution saving
Can't
throw.
save.
Aww.
shit's getting real, you guys.
Boo!
Well, isn't it just DC 10 because it was like 8
Yeah,
DC 12.
damage or something?
It was 16.
20.
Or yeah,
Nailed
Take
it.
that.
high enough. Fine. So a D1
that.
would have saved on that dexterity saving throw. So go ahead and throw 2 missiles. That first one's a 3. The second one can go into the horse as well. So one more
Think,
magic missile.
Fiona.
Well, it's good to know the horse isn't immune to force damage.
Josie,
Pardon?
No,
click
resistant.
click magic missile one more time. Because I
Oh,
said you get the
okay.
last 2 shots. So
Sure.
I've got one up already, so I just need one more click of it. Okay, great. All right, I need Eric.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, wait,
Av-
so that hit the horse, right?
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
killed it. Eric, Avrin, and Fiona need to make dexterity saving throws. Fiona, you're making yours with advantage because you have the demon in between you and it.
15, 3 for 18.
You're good. You're good.
Did the horse just fucking
You're good.
explode?
Yep.
Sounds like it.
Bone splinters go flying all over the entirety of the camp. Like all of your
Oh,
stuff, your
man.
packs and stuff now have like shards of bone kind of stabbed into them. And yeah.
Fiona attempts to reach into his mind and say, "You're next."
Good.
Okay. Fiona done. Eric, you're up.
So the archer who likes to stay away from shit
Has
is going
2
to get
arrows.
closer.
Has two.
Is going to get closer and try again. This time pulling out his second non-magical short sword. So now he's got one in one hand, one in offhand.
Okay.
If I wanted to be smart, I'd rebuild it to actually work probably, but I won't. So first off, 20.
That'll hit. Go ahead
Damn,
with
son.
so 24,
That's
20.
one short sword attack.
30, and then Hunter's Mark.
That's down there. That's down below it.
Okay, got it.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, wait.
It's in-
Matt
Yeah, that is.
rolled
It's
one.
rolled like
Yeah,
a Colossus Slayer.
it is rolling something that's weird. Yeah, so yeah, because I got incident, so it just rolls everything together.
Second
so that's
attack.
the first attack.
And this is from the
26.
same weapon. 26. Okay.
This is, yeah, it's first attacks. Now this is my extra attack, because it's light
it.
finesse.
Got
So obviously it's going to lose some stuff. I'm just rolling it verbatim. Doesn't matter. Doesn't hit.
it. Okay. And
This is a 12.
let's see. Hold on. You missed by. Make a dexterity saving throw. It's the first person who's missed by
Or
enough. You're fine.
21.
He catches the blade, the second shot, kind of catches it, twists his blade to seem to kind of riposte it or flip it aside, disarming, attempting to disarm you. Does not succeed. Go right here. He looks like he's pretty well wounded.
Yep. So we are going to do. Yeah, we're just gonna do Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
Weep.
And he dodges again. He's pretty dexterous.
Dang it. And then I'll throw
More
Avern
healing at
another.
Avern?
Yeah.
Alright.
10.
Okay.
Take that, Avran.
Thanks.
Corridier done. Hezrod up.
Avran, I choose you.
Everyone's not a Pokemon.
My options are limited here. Let's move here. So that's 3, 4, 5. Do I have enough movement to get there?
Yeah.
Do I have enough movement to move further up?
No.
Okay. So that's 30 feet right there. Let's do. Wait, I had something for this. Can I hit him with a shat? Nah.
Wait.
You couldn't
Sorry,
hit him with a
those are
shatter without hitting everyone else.
Yeah, I know. Fuck it. Eldritch Blast, I guess.
Okay.
So
When
Eldritch
in
Blast,
doubt.
Eldritch Blast, and then my bonus action, I'm gonna Shield of Faith myself. Miss.
Both those attacks miss. Alright, Avrin, you're up.
Alright. Thoroughly annoyed and thoroughly pissed off and bleeding. He is going to cast Divine Favor once again
Alright.
on himself.
Glowing sword.
Super glowing sword. 'cause
You betcha.
it's a Channel divinity. Cha-chang. He's gonna run up and he's just gonna try to bring down his great sword.
I hate to be a guy, though, but I don't think
Uh-huh.
your weapon's sacred right now.
Huh?
I don't think your weapon's sacred right now.
Why? Why not?
If you are no longer holding or carrying this weapon, or if you fall unconscious, this effect ends.
Yeah, I did it.
You
when
fell
I got-
unconscious when I knocked you down.
You
Your sacred
No,
weapon
did
is
it-
not
do it
active.
when you get up?
No.
No.
You do-
Sacred
no, that's
weapon
something else
ends
entirely.
when he gets knocked down, so his channel divinity is not on there. Divine favor is active.
Wait, okay. Did I get knocked down when it exploded?
No, when I trampled you, did you sacred weapon before? Oh, you.
No,
after,
I did it after.
Sorry. That's right.
after.
That's right.
Jeez.
Bring it.
God.
That's my fault.
Okay.
That's me.
I know.
Also-
No. Alright, it's gonna be Great Weapon Master as soon as it loads. Just gonna go with 2 attacks. Did it do it?
Yeah, 24 will hit.
Okay, so on the first one, I would have Divine Smote at 2nd level.
Okay.
Come on. Reel it. It's a bunch of damage.
Sure, the first one's the one I want. So 19 plus 15 is 34?
34.
Okay.
And then plus 17.
I need you 3 that are adjacent to him to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, well, I guess my thing to... I realized my magic short sword damage was set to 1, not 1d6.
Okay. Avran, you
Do
failed.
I count in that?
No,
Sorry,
Just-
this is a dex
Oh,
saving.
okay, you mean him.
Dex
Okay.
save.
dex save, yeah.
So again, I'm at 20.
Avran
God, are you
failed.
gonna kill me?
This
I might.
Oh,
depends on
Jesus.
if you fail or not.
I
Your
think I
max-
did.
What's your max hit points?
We'll see.
Well, you saved, so you're fine. So if you saved, you're taking 16 points of damage. If you failed, you're taking 31.
This is from
Yeah.
Avran?
As the creature is cut in half by Avran's blade, the sacred energy is flowing through it. You watch as the demon's form starts to shape into dark, like fog, and then this burst of hellfire erupts out from the demon, smashing into those that are adjacent to it. And you
Nice.
basically take the damage that was dealt to kill it, throwing you all down or back a bit. Some of you dodging and not getting tore apart
Nice.
by them. Yeah. Creature
Boy.
deceased. Its form is completely demystified. None of its armaments or things are left. The only thing that's left on the battlefield of its passage is
Bone chips.
the armor that the horse was wearing and bone chips.
Nice.
Is that ring still there?
No.
He has everything.
It's basically, hey, you kill this thing, you don't get anything for it.
You can make a
Nice.
We got horse
you
armor.
can make a religion check to see why that's the case.
Oh, well,
So-
I can't do anything because I'm dead.
Yeah,
right.
we could if we were.
Wait, are you dead
alive.
or dying?
Oh, so initiative is going to matter? Not really, because Golridir is going to do work, right? You're going to cast a couple of healing spells and be done with
Yeah.
it, right? Because you can
Yeah.
actually throw
Well-
a Cure Wounds and a Healing Word to get both of them up at the same time.
Or we could do a
Yeah.
prayer of healing. I think
Prayer of
that's-
Healing takes
No.
10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
we
it
would
doesn't
have to
matter.
make-
Well, it doesn't matter because I have spell slots, so I could very quickly in 2 turns dump.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah,
'cause
Yeah.
Gloriator
Avron
can
go
do
down
it
as-
in one
is
turn.
Avron down?
Gloriator can do it in one turn.
It
Yeah.
was. Everyone got down. Except
no.
Golridir. I think.
Eric didn't
But I
get
still
knocked
got
down.
hit in the face.
Hezron didn't get
I was
down.
left,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
left with
The cleric,
Two.
the drunk
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean,
Drunk ones
Hezron
and
was
the
just
ranger.
like running around in his underwear screaming at the guy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put Cure Wounds at level 3
On.
on one on Avran and one on Fiona. So I'm gonna do that again.
Okay, you're going to wait a turn to do it? Okay.
well, like I said, I'm pretty sure it'd technically be my turn.
Oh
next,
wait,
but
I
either
can
way, it's
do
like,
I can do
within the
Cure
one
Wounds at
turn-
level 3, and then I can do Healing Word on the other.
Don't. Hezrod's gonna burn. Like, are we going back to a short rest or something?
Probably.
Here,
Would
you
you
know what?
finish your long rest, wouldn't it?
No.
Your unsafe long
Remember, it's
rest.
an
Right.
unsafe.
Oh, yeah.
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 So Hezrod's burning
Ooh.
his little spell slot to heal himself for 5.
Okay.
Wait, why is it unsafe?
Because
We
you're
rolled
close.
poorly.
Yeah, your camp is shit, and you haven't found a safe place to hide. Like, this is
That's
pretty
why-
out in the open.
Yeah,
Oh.
and that's why this guy just like
Was able to find it.
sauntered up on us.
That's why a roll of, I think, 14 or whatever she rolled
Yeah.
for random encounters actually resulted in a random encounter, because you're not in a safe place.
Right.
Mhm.
So, I'm gonna burn another. I'm gonna burn a 2nd level spell slot to cast another Cure Wounds on myself.
Wait, shit, I'm
So,
trying to remember how
That for
works.
the Healing Word or the Cure Wounds was on Avran,
Okay.
and then Healing Word was on Fiona.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so you should be able to complete your long rest, and again, at the end of the unsafe long rest, you can then spend hit dice to regain hit points. So feel free to continue that. And
Okay, so we need to spend hit point.
you can spend hit dice now if you'd
Yeah.
like. Yeah. That said, I'm going to move us back to the big map, and we'll
But we
continue.
don't regenerate any other resources.
Correct,
Yeah.
unless there are resources you would regain as if you had completed a short rest.
Okay.
So Channel Divinity's back.
Yeah. So what I am going to do before we hunker down, so before we finish our rest, I'm going to use Harness Divine Power to get my 3rd level spell slot back. And then
There's
get my
also
Channel
options to do that
Divinity
stuff.
back.
Yeah. But looking at the map, so you're technically just inside of the Fort Fargrad hex. As my wife puts me on the blast.
Bing bing.
So you're just technically outside the Fort Fargrad hex. You're not inside of it close enough to be at Fort Fargrad. Remember, these hexes are about 10 miles wide. So that said, if you're going to start your travel from there, you'd be moving from that position. Or if you want to go back to Fort Fargrad during the day to investigate what's going on there and do whatever you're going to do. I don't think Hezron is a fan of the idea of going back to Fargrad.
No.
I'm just going to look at Evan and go, do we even have a choice?
I mean, yes, there's always a choice.
Yeah. You're out in the middle of the woods, bud. Like the rest of the world's out here. We could be anywhere but there dealing with those zombies.
Yeah.
Preferably, I don't.
Guard your son, Ezra's side.
Preferably, I don't wish to just leave undead there. But if they're anything of that beast who attacked us last night,
I think the undead are the least of this land's problems right now.
truly.
Yes.
And we are
Just
the one
saying.
fix them.
There's a large beast with how many hands? 100?
So
Oh,
Roaming
yes.
the lands now?
That was
And,
our.
and yes, while that will cause much physical harm and damage, even that is compared to none of the problems that this land has. Trust me, there are much larger political problems afoot.
I mean, that's also fair.
Hmm.
There are resources in Nock that we need.
This is a.
Is
this
there
is a-
not?
Yes.
Or
like
any
here.
other city?
Truly.
Well, I personally would like to get back to Nock and get back home. To my wife, to my child, who I miss very much right now.
Let's do that then. Let's
Okay.
head back.
if you're heading down the road on horseback, you can move a total of 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will get you to the end of the road for you. But during that duration, I'll be explaining some things that you'll be seeing along the way. If that's the plan, I just need a representative to roll me 5 d20s for random encounters, and we will deal with the narrative beats along the way.
Fiona. Josie.
Let's all of
Josie.
us roll
Josie.
one.
I think
Josie
everybody-
gets the good rolls.
I think everybody should roll 1.
Let's all
Okay,
roll
fine.
one.
Everyone
Before we
roll one.
leave, I feel like Fiona would grab whatever the horse was wearing and try to put it on one of the other horses.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you were going to try and wear it yourself. I don't know why that was what I was
What?
thinking. I was like, can't wear horse barding?
I can see that.
Oh
I
God.
want to see it. I want to see a art piece that now does Fiona trying her horse arm. I want to see that picture.
We're so
Let's
good.
go
It's like
on.
the
I
headpiece
have,
is like
She
bigger
can't
than
wear
your
medium
entire
armor. She's not going to wear horse armor.
right?
So far we got a 9, a 17, a 18, a 15.
You could equip the horse with barding. That's perfectly fine. Your riding horse can take to it. It's suitable enough to grant the creature a 17 armor class. It's kind of a splint mail barding. And then you mount up and ride. Do I have my dice rolls? It looks like a lot of high numbers here.
We got 4 so far. We got one more. We need one more. We need
Josie.
Josie.
Josie. Roll d20.
Because
Oh,
at this point
okay.
we're all rolling one and we're all taking the blame. If we mess up, we all have to
I
blame.
don't like rolling dice.
Oh God.
Well, this
That's
is great.
why. I don't.
This is not good.
So, after about a couple hours of traveling, you get to a point where you see up ahead what looks like a very just utterly broken fort. It is kind of set inside of kind of a copsy kind of green area. It's a distance ahead. It looks like the walls are blackened by fire, and the stone structures are broken. The once mighty kind of parapets and kind of towers are shattered, ripped asunder from not only kind of a past battle, which was quite grievous based on what you can see, but also just the ravages of time itself. There are knocked over trees, kind of just a wreckage present here. But as you're kind of approaching near enough to it, you do see something kind of stirring within. And I need a D100 roll from, looks like, Chad.
Oh, okay.
100.
Alrighty.
You can do this.
Roll good. Roll good, River. Spectrum
don't
that
know.
is.
17,
Wow, that's
which
really
was
good.
actually that was my D20 roll too. So 17 my lucky
Twinsies.
number.
Oh.
17 my lucky number now.
Okay. Something stirring within. As you kind of get a view on it, in the kind of dark shaded area of the structure and also the forest, it looks like eyes are kind of staring back at you. The eyes seem to be reflecting the sunlight because it's early morning, similar to how a cat's eyes will reflect light when they're in darkness. The features of the creature are very
For 8
hard to
hours.
make out,
Be for 8 hours.
but the cat's eyes kind of stare at you. Roll a d4.
One.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Kitty.
I heard the
Said
thing.
all I
Is
can
it
do
is
is
it
guide
the one
the
we
kid.
see?
It's the one that
Sorry.
seems to be looking back at you all from inside of the broken keep. It seems to now be the master of this keep.
Well, I'm not. I thought I was
Do we have to
proficient
go
in animal
through
handling,
this?
but
You
apparently
do not have to go
not.
through it. It is
But
off the road, but it does appear to be kind of watching you.
But does the keep look like the kind of place we could actually hole up and like lick our wounds?
You can't take another long rest for another.
Because we just took one.
Yeah, even though it was an unsafe one. I understand mechanically that in your head is annoying, but that's just the way of it. But sometimes.
Oh, and that's actually. Hold on a second. So what? I was the second roll, so that means we're like right about here.
Yeah, it's early morning. It's hardly even moved.
Okay.
Yeah, but the ruins, they're not very massive. Like, it's just like a small little bastion. But this creature is very much kind of lurking inside of this place and is watching you as you kind of approach on the road. And when you first see it probably stopping, it is definitely kind of keeping an eye on you.
And you said I can't make out any of its like distinguishing features, so I can't try and identify it.
Completely in shadow. The only thing you're really seeing of it is those bright kind of orangey kind of cat's eyes that are staring back at you.
So from like the position of the eyes or like how large they are, can I at least
It's
get a
Pretty
idea
big.
of if it's like bigger than me?
It's
Like,
bigger
the size
than
of a
you.
lion or bigger?
It's probably the size of a horse.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as Hezrod notices this from a safe distance, he kind of holds up a hand and like tells everybody to kind of stop and slow down. And he hustles back to the group and he points in the direction of the keep and he says,
There is something large in there.
It doesn't seem to recognize the social cues of you pointing at it. And it probably thinks it's still hiding, but everyone can make out the eyes well enough. And they're very bright, very, very noticeable from this angle.
There could be something useful in there, but
he just shrugs because he's like covered in blood and like open wounds.
Out of curiosity,
No.
kind of cute coos at it. Like, she stays where she is, but she kind of does this like, yeah, kitty, kitty.
It's a good distance away. Like, it's, I'd say a couple 100 feet away. So if you're kind of yelling that out, you would be kind of yelling that out to the world as well. So.
Oh, okay. Knowing Lafion is not. Yes. Okay.
Nope.
Nope. She will do a little bit of a like.
The PS does not seem to work.
Yeah,
So you
I
said you're
just
about 100 feet away?
A couple hundred feet, like somewhere between 100 and 200.
and we can see its eyes from 200 feet away.
They're shining real bright.
Oh, okay, yeah, because like you said,
It's
that
it's in shadow, and the
It's-
sun's kind of
yeah.
coming at it a little
Yeah,
bit.
I just remember what you said. Like, it's like freaking when you're like you see cat just bang.
Yep, they are there.
I say we avoid this. We just had one pretty rough scrap. Don't want to get into another.
And if anybody else is following us, we want to stay ahead of them.
Yes. Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like we got 3 people who are voting in the let's move away from it. I would like the people with passive perceptions high enough to go ahead and make perception checks. You are allowed to do so because of your passive perception.
What is the base?
It's just you, clerics, need to go ahead and make a perception roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Can we mark the map about the keep?
16.
I will.
I got a 12.
Okay. All
So
right.
16 and 12.
Okay. You continue on, thinking nothing of it, and move on past it, kind of keeping an eye behind you, wary of any possible potential followers or things that might be problematic. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use a ruin marker to denote. Okay. As you're moving away from it, though, you would notice that the kind of hills and rocky outcroppings to the east of you, there's one that kind of stands out. It appears that there are some that are kind of taller and some that are kind of shorter, but there's one that's different. It looks like it's kind of like a decent sized cairn or like small mountain, but at its top, instead of having just a perfectly shaped kind of top or kind of flatted top, it instead has a tooth-like appendage kind of jutting out of the top of it, almost like a fang that's kind of erupting out of the top of the mountain.
Interesting.
Hold on.
Interesting. I said we avoid it still.
Again, it would definitely be a trek up into the mountain a bit to get to that, but if you'd like, you could make a history check.
Would like to make that.
Sure. If you have it trained, I will allow it.
I do.
Mhm.
13. Not
That's
very
not good
good,
enough.
but
Okay, Fiona with an 18. You paid attention to the Broken Blade's geography enough to kind of know a little bit about stuff, and you remember hearing something about this. To you, it was recorded as the Ignis Dentis, and it is known more colloquially as the Stone Tooth. This is a pretty well-known mountain in that during the war, the Civil War, the conflicts between the Azerite and Citrine kingdoms, this was a bastion of the dwarves of Liberus, and a number of dwarves held this place. It's said that there's probably a number of dwarven redoubts in and around the Stone Tooth.
Ooh, okay. Fiona will pause, look at it, and turn to the group and say, "All right, I actually really want to go there. I know we all want to go back to Knock, but if my suspicions are correct, there might be more information about how they crafted that metal. Perhaps." And she kind of glances down and notes the golden box that she took and how she still hasn't opened it.
You don't have a means of opening it, so
Yeah. And so she'll kind of again look back to the stone tooth and yeah.
okay.
so there are people that
So
way?
you all kind of stop. I presume on horses, right?
Yeah.
And if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, riding horses, it was 2 people on one. Was it Golridier and Fiona, right?
Yes.
I think so. The two
You've
ladies.
got the fancy horse now.
Cool.
Heh.
Since the road is basically wide enough for a single horse to kind of move on, what was the marching order?
think since Golordir has the best
Oh.
perception, we'll probably be near the front.
Okay.
That's fair.
Gordy or Fiona up front.
Everyone will
be
probably
Eric,
be in the back.
Eric will be right behind. I'll be right behind him.
Who's behind in the farthest back? You said Avran?
Yeah,
Avron's-
yeah.
I think
Avron will be.
yeah, I'll be
in the
right.
back.
I'll be right behind
Okay.
Fiona and Golder.
Chad, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Still no.
Nope.
You're still muted.
Check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, I'd say Hezrod or Avram would probably be bringing up the rear.
So you
basically
kind of-
be like Gordy and Fiona, and then Hezrod or Avram behind them, then Eric, then whoever's not, Hezrod or Avram.
I assume that Fiona kind of rides on a little bit just to kind of come to a point where she's, got a good sign on it to confirm it is what she thinks it is. And that's accurate. You actually also see a path that leads out towards the mountains that kind of forks off of the road. It kind of backtracks, kind of forks off, but kind of goes in the direction that you, if the stone tooth is what you're seeking, would be where you'd be headed. And you kind of stop and start having this conversation on the road, kind of in a single file line, not able to kind of move too much to kind of get connected. And it was Golordir, Fiona in front, Hezrod right in front of Avran, right?
I figured it would be Hezrod, Eric, Avran. Or do we want Hezrod, Avran?
Okay, so
Eric
Eric's
bringing
in
up
the
rear?
back towards Avran. Got it. I got it. Okay. I'm just, again, keeping these things in mind for future reference. You did roll a lot of
Yeah.
random encounters.
Yeah, I mean,
See?
Hezrod and Avran are like just the meat shields. Like, if one of us is not towards the front line, the other one better be.
So you stop to kind of have a conversation as you stand there in line, and you're trying to sell the idea of the stone tooth to everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Just talk about there might be more information there.
Did she tell us there were possible dwarves?
No,
so
not
far.
verbally yet. Gordir would ask
like, are
if
they-
there are people there.
And she'll say, "Oh, well, I know that the dwarves used to occupy that space, and so I'm really hopeful that if there are any living, they might have the knowledge we'd need to open this box or open those doors."
I believe first we would have to see if they.
Has anyone even? I don't
Touch your
think
sentence
anyone-
right there, Avran. As you're kind of saying that, you hear this loud sound smash into the back of your horse. When you turn to look back, you see this massive black cat smashed onto the back of your horse, tearing into it. This cat has a number of legs more than you'd expect a black cat to have, and from the back of it, these
That
two
motherfucker!
massive fucking tentacles kind of flailing that slam down with spines into the back of the horse. The horse lets out a cry of pain and agony as it rears back. Hold on a second. And it's dead. Your horse is dead. I'm going to...
Avran will just scream, "My fucking horse!"
Hezrod should have taken up the back.
I'm going to move us to the battle map.
Oh my gosh, I love
Oh, yeah.
Hoodie!
Meow.
And-
Yep.
Dear fucking God!
Hey,
It's as big as my horse!
I told you. I fucking
I
told
can't
you.
see it.
Oh, is it not showing everything?
Yeah,
No, I have. I mean, I see
There's
I
black
see
here,
the
but I'm
little.
assuming that's meant.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
This
bush.
is all
It's
black.
the tree. It's the tree.
Yeah,
This is all
it's
black.
the-
Actually, I think what I'll do is dynamic lighting, and I will kill that because you should be able to see.
Oh, he's
Oh.
cute. Terrifying, but cute.
I love him.
yeah,
It's-
we're gonna kill. Ezra's gonna wear this thing's hide like Hercules. Like,
This
She's so,
is-
no, don't
so-
kill her. She's so pretty. I should keep
This
her.
is where. This
It's-
is where
You have
I die.
animal handling.
Oh, I don't.
This is
Ugh.
where I die.
I normally play a druid. Ugh. I don't have animal anymore.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my God! Please, someone roll higher than Avran. Oh my God!
just
All
wait.
right.
It gets better.
Avran, you're up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dying. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
sorry. Dexterity saving throw. Your horse is falling.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Look
You
at
are
my horse.
prone
My horse is
and you
amazing.
are under the horse.
Okay.
So
Oh, no.
you will require an
Oh,
action
no.
to remove
Jesus.
yourself from under the horse. I would also say because it's slamming down onto you, you take 4 bludgeoning damage. It's a
Okay,
massive meat
cool.
of horse.
Cool. Yes, I will use my action to fucking chuck this horse off of me.
Okay. And then you can pull yourself out, and you can move half your speed because you have
Yes.
to get up from prone.
Yes. I will get up from prone and I will face this beast.
In a
Yep.
game of fisticuffs.
I guess so. I'm going to pull out my sword,
Okay.
the 100-handed one, and then I'm just going to be
Oh,
ready.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
just one after the other after the
8.
other.
I got an 8.
No matter what happens in this combat, you can take no other actions beside trying to attack that creature.
Okay.
Because it killed your fucking horse.
Yep.
Avran, you're done. Golradier, you're up.
Wait a
Sorry.
minute.
One more point of order. Fiona and Golradier are riders. Only one of you can be driving the horse. Which one of you is the one who's actually got the leads?
Golradier.
Okay.
There
Yeah.
are no right. Then yeah, you've ridden a horse.
So I'll switch those
Yeah.
two then.
So wait, John, just so I have this right. I could only hit that creature in front of me that
The
killed
only
my
action
horse.
that you can take for the rest of this combat
Uh-huh.
is fight
attack.
that displacer beast.
Okay. Can I still cast spells on myself to attack it?
Fight. So only actions.
Only actions.
Only
okay.
attacks.
Alright, no, you got it. You got it.
He can swing a sword.
Why did this effect happen to you? Is it like a poison or?
I don't know.
Oh,
Who knows?
You really want to
Okay.
kill it. And you want to
Yeah.
kill it with this sword that you have in your hands.
Exactly.
oh,
Oh.
murder it! Fucking do it, Avran.
Yeah.
So since it seems to be 40 feet away and we are on a 1 horse path, we can't move around each other, can
If you're
we?
riding the horses, you can ride into the grass, but the grass is not. It doesn't look as pristine and nice as it is. It's got
Right.
divots and such. So for if you move its full movement on the grass, if you don't move at a half pace, or if you try to double move it by dashing, you will have to make, or the horse will have to make a dexterity saving throw. If it fails, it will be hobbled.
Right. I'm mainly just seeing what I can cast. We are going to do a... Oh, that's nice. We are going to throw out a... Is this saving throw? Yes. We're gonna do a Toll the Dead on Mr. Kitty. So it's a wisdom save.
Okay. DC is 14. Surprisingly, got it.
Wow.
They're pretty perceptive.
Smart kitty.
Alright, the bell tolls over its head. It kind of dashes to the side, dodging it. And as it kind of darts to one side, you see it quickly turn, spin, and just move away very suddenly from Avran. Avran, you can take an attack against it with your reaction.
Am I allowed to drop a smite if I hit?
Yeah, you can always drop smites if you hit.
Cool. Thanks.
Oh, don't.
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead
God,
and
bitch.
drop
Okay.
it. Drop it to pour.
Okay.
As you kind of swing at it, you kind of just drop the blade down, smashing it into the ground. You can see there's like a bend in it just slightly, it moves there, and then it'll use its action to dash, and it keeps going. Eric, a free nature roll if you would.
Fuck this thing.
I'm not proficient.
Giving you a free one,
Matter.
and I'll give you advantage on it because you're a hunter yourself. 19.
19.
So it killed the horse. It is now fleeing. It's not going to fight you as a group. It is a hunter animal. It's not here for a fight. It's not trying to win the day. It's not trying to stay here and
Yeah.
fight the battle. What it wants you to do is eventually give up on the fact that your friend is dead and continue moving, and then it'll come back in when it's safe and eat the horse.
Okay.
So he's just a hungry kitty.
He's just a hungry kitty, and he saw food walk past his house.
I mean,
Yeah, Eric. Eric.
same.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm keeping an eye on the whole time, but I'm just thinking like, so I had this set, and I'm like,
Let's go back and like just level
think-
level that kitty's home.
He just
well,
Just, like,
It's already been
fucking
burned.
demolish
he
it.
just saw an ice cream truck. That's all he saw.
It's literally, yeah, the ice cream truck song.
I let
playing
you live and
outside
this
his
is how
house.
you repay me.
well, either way, like I say, I'm trying to be more angry. And it's like, you should probably just leave. All it is hungry. Once we leave, he'll go eat the horse, and we'll be on our way.
No, yeah, you've got
Just
the right
be
idea.
mindful of it
Ezra's
trying to
cool with
come.
that.
Just someone keep an eye behind us in case it tries to come back.
Oh yeah, and let's get Avran first.
Okay.
Yes,
So, Hezrod, are you doing anything? Eric, are you taking any actions? Do you want to fire an arrow after it? Just to kind of warn it off?
yeah, I'll take a shot.
Take a
Not
shot.
necessarily trying to hit it, but just like aim, like
What?
shooting at it, see what it'll do.
Take the shot at it.
Okay. Oh, is it not necessarily trying to hit, but yeah.
You
just
don't have
somewhere.
bless right now, so 10 misses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hits pretty well far from it. It continues to sprint towards the cover. It looks like it's heading towards
And
kind of a...
not even bothered by it.
It doesn't even seem to be affected by the shot, no. Fiona,
Okay, I guess it wouldn't know. Okay.
you also have a decent line of sight. I would say it would have concealment, but like it just +2 to its AC. If you want to take a shot at
Can I
it as
get
well.
off?
Go ahead.
I will
Can I get
fire-
can I get off my horse in my turn?
Yeah, if you want to move off your horse, yeah.
Yeah,
you just
I'll just
skip
get
me
off. I'll just
entirely?
slide off my horse and that's it, and stay behind and like stay behind it as cover.
Okay.
Oh, I think you skipped right past me.
Sorry, go ahead, Hezrod.
Yeah, so Hezrod's gonna kind of ride his horse over to where Avran's at. He's gonna hop off the horse and help Avran to his feet.
Okay.
Kind of like, lift up the horse or drag him out or whatever he's
Well, he's
gotta
already gotten out.
Yeah, everyone's already
Oh,
standing.
okay. Then I guess you can probably. Hezrod's kind of hefty, so you'll probably have to share a horse with Eric.
That's not happening. There's no
Oh.
one
Can you
that...
kill the horse, or
No
is it
one
dead
can
yet?
share a horse with
It's
Avram.
dead.
Okay. Well, what if Hezrod and Eric shared a horse?
Nobody that remains
No,
can
we-
share a
We're
horse.
good. I got.
Wait,
I
but
can-
what if
I'm trying to figure out where
would
it's
the
from. I
bridle
have.
give it more
Huh?
carrying capacity? Would the bridle give it more or less
No.
carrying capacity?
Less.
Ugh.
Less of anything because he's wearing armor. No, we're good because the horse. What's the horse's speed?
40
60.
something.
Oh,
It's
40
high.
feet.
You can keep...
And
I know
Neither-
we're good. Then I can because I have.
Wait,
I'm trying to remember where. I think it's from one. I think it's Tasha's features. I can cast Longstrider at will.
Okay.
I think it casts a spell set, but like it's just a spell I know.
Sure.
Darn,
So I
don't-
can so I can Longstrider myself, and I have 3 of those spells left. So I can do 3 hours of Longstrider to keep up.
Great. Fiona, are you going to take a shot at it? Or Hezra, are you going to take a shot at it?
No.
Okay.
No, as long as Avran's back on his feet, we
Hold
can
on,
sort out
find
some
out where that
situation to keep moving.
Okay. And then...
Hezrod wants to get going before it comes back.
Avran, you really want to chase it, but you won't be able to keep up. Like, you are compelled supernaturally to chase.
Okay.
Yeah, Hezrod will drag you back if he has to.
Oh shit!
Do I?
that's right,
What
I
does
forgot about this.
what does Avran do?
You would probably be... hold on, let me read the exact thing.
Okay. Is it like a forceful compulsion, or is it like?
Let me read the exact thing. Okay, so while the sword is on your person, you must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw whenever you take damage in combat. On a failed save, you must attack the creature that damaged you, which was the Displacer Beast, until you drop to 0 hit points, or it does, or until you can't reach the creature to make a melee attack against it. Actually, it would end now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just-
Yeah. Avran will start walking.
All right.
He'll be royally
Like nothing
pissed off.
happened.
So no one's chasing the Displacer Beast. No one's shooting after it.
No.
Nope. Fuck it. Let's get
Alright.
out of here.
Mission accomplished. Good job, Displacer Beast.
chasing it around the woods would
I
just
should
be
have made it an
not
albino
worth the trouble at all.
displacer beast and named him
Now-
Just meeting up
Shiro.
behind now.
Now
Would've
the
named him
question is, are we going up the mountain towards where we think the dwarves are, or are we continuing down?
Dirty Pete's.
I mean,
Uh,
Fiona really wants to go up the mountain.
Yeah,
I'm-
but
Okay, I'm just going to say, based on our luck, if we go up there, something else bad is going to happen. We got attacked while we were camping. We just got attacked by a displacer beast. You really want to push our luck and go up into the mountains and something really bad happen and we all die?
Yes.
Eric is not playing this game. Eric is not playing this game.
the best bet right now is to find a safe place and hunker down and plan our next move.
And you
I
think
mean,
a random
We are playing this
unknown
game.
place in the mountain is a good place?
Also, not too far from where you're at, there is a sign that seems to indicate that there is a town south of here named Land's End.
Yeah,
I love
let's
that
go there.
store. They have great sweaters.
Yeah, definitely there.
And Hezrod thinks it's like literally referring to the edge of land, so he's like, "Oh yeah, that's when I first came
Okay.
here to the surface."
So,
Jesus Christ.
Elizabeth, I need you to roll a D100
D100. Oh
Yeah.
no.
before we move off of this hex and into the next.
30. Hey, that's how old I'm gonna be in November.
Cool.
I'm a baby.
4.
I'm going to be 20. Oh, you think I'm going to be 20?
Shut up.
All right. So moving along. You're not going up the mountain. You're going down the road, right? Okay. Well, we're
Right.
still.
Yeah.
I guess.
We're not there yet. We're still moving through the paces, but yeah, you come to a point when you see what appears to be a number of trees just off the sides of the road, and basically, it looks like there was some sort of conflict here. There's a wagon that's been upturned. There's a number of humans dressed in kind of merchant garb that look like they've been cut to pieces, and they looks like their gear has been taken from them. All of their items have been taken. You see the crushed remains of a unarmored dwarf. Looks like the armor was ripped off of it. Looks like there are a number of spear holes in him. You also see that the wagon itself is kind of charred, kind of burnt. And you also see a number of individuals who look like they have massive claw marks that have been torn out of their chests. Eric, as you kind of look around, you see the footprints of the people who are dead. Looks like most of the bodies were left behind. There were horses, but it looks like whatever came here took them. And you would also note that it looks like the footfalls are a small humanoid with kind of reptilian feet, which would indicate to you as a hunter kobolds. But you would also notice that they were led by something much larger, either a medium or large-sized dragon. Based on the burn marks, you would presume it's a red dragon.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I relay that. So, like, here's some
Well, actually-
kobolds and a
Sorry.
dragon, I think.
Sorry, someone make an Arcana
Oh.
check. If you're trained in it. Okay, 14's good enough. You would actually note that the burn marks aren't from fire, they're from acid. And so you would kind of correct the matter. It does look like it's a very kind of charring effect,
Okay.
but it looks like it's more of an acid that's burned the wood than a fire.
Okay, so I'm going on kobolds, burned, kobolds led by something bigger. It's probably a dragon, probably a fire dragon.
But what I just noticed was that the burns were actually acid, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Get a different kind of
it's
dragon.
not the dragon. It's chemical burn, not fire burn.
Chemical. Acid green dragon? Would I?
Um,
I've read about him, but I don't know anything. I've read about him. That's about as far. That's
if you
about-
kind of think about it for a little while,
That's the
I would
extent
assume
of
with
Eric's
the
knowledge is books.
Arcana trained individuals, you would all kind of come to the realization collectively that it would be a black dragon.
And what?
Goth
but-
dragon.
Sorry, you said that are there any like trails like leading? Like, does it indicate what direction this?
The dragon didn't walk. but the
Kobolds.
kobolds appear to have come from the same direction that you just came in. Looks like they came from the mountain.
Nice.
So
They came from
dodged
the mountain.
that one.
And look where we were going.
We just
I
dodged
think-
a whole
I
ass bullet.
think I know. I think I'm sort of half talking this, but I think I know where they came from.
How do
At
you
least
avoid
I'm willing
deadly
to bet.
encounters?
I'm willing to bet my life on it that they came from that stone tooth.
Next
Cave you're talking about.
up would be, looks like Gavin's good. Fiona. Chad, I need a D100. Actually, sorry, Gavin, I need a D100 from you. I forgot you. We're gonna do them out of order, but yeah, both of you roll a D100. We'll just get it out of the way now.
Okay, I got a 10.
Okay.
I thought you already got mine.
Oh,
got
sorry,
99.
I did get yours.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right.
Woo.
I meant to say. Let's see. So it'd go. I'm going back to that roll.
You got Chad,
Chad was first.
and that was it. No, Elizabeth,
Yeah.
then me. So
Yeah.
I got
And then
Josie.
Josie is last. I need
because
one from,
Averin rolls so low. I know he's a problem.
I need one from Josie. That's what I need. So D100 roll from you, Josie, when I get a chance. And what did you get on yours, Gavin? 10?
10.
Okay. Okay. As you're kind of looking about, you would notice that there, as you're kind of moving about, this would be kind of close to the end of your journey. You would note that there appears to be another kind of sign of conflict. And this actually looks like an older conflict, like it's maybe a couple months old. And it looks like there was a very large battle between two very large creatures. Based on what you're looking at here, it looks like it was two massive dragon creatures that fought kind of near the road and about and over the road. The treetops are scorched, and as you kind of spend some time checking it out, based on what you're seeing, a number of dragons, anywhere between 2 and infinity, had a conflict here, and it was very dynamic. That involved a lot of breath weaponing and fighting. You would note that the black dragon's breath weapon is very apparent, but there's also actual burns, which would indicate a red dragon.
Any lightning?
Okay.
No lightning.
Okay.
Everything is like this. Apparently the dragons really love this mountain range.
I'm sorry, did
That's
somebody
two here
say
now.
lightning?
No lightning.
No, I
It
mean,
is.
would you like some lightning?
No. And
No.
Josie, I need one D100 roll for you to finish out the trip.
It is away from all of the cities,
Okay.
so it would make a good hunting ground for weary travelers such as ourselves.
Oh, you
Yeah,
guys
let's
keep
just
getting
get to town and we can figure out what to do with all this trivia.
super lucky on that.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Okay, so last but not least, as you're kind of making your way to Land's End, you would see what appears to be two very strange kind of features of the land as it breaks away from the kind of swampy kind of forest area of the lands that you've moved through. The very first thing you notice is there's a tree that has a sign kind of posted on it. The sign in question is, wooden. It has elvish markings and or common markings, and the languages seem to depict this way to Fort Torney. And there's kind of a very overgrown pass that leads back into the forest to the west, and it definitely looks like this road has not been used in quite some time. And the other thing you see just before you kind of come into Land's End, probably a good 2 hours, or not, sorry, 2 hours, a good 2-3 miles outside of the town, you would see what appears to have been another fun conflict. You see the skeletal remains, partial skeletal remains of a very large draconic-looking creature that appears to have multiple limbs. Its head is completely exploded outwards. Its large tongue still hanging, like kind of thick and fat in its mouth. Its eyes kind of rolled into the back of its head. The middle portion is completely skeletal, like it was burned away. And the back end is still kind of like meaty there as well, but it does look like some sort of kind of scavenger creature has bitten away at the meats here. And inside, it looks like the skeletal remains of an elf, just kind of like inside of its body. I need a survival roll to see if you can kind of try and figure out what happened here.
Oh man.
Avran,
Who is this more
you realize that the elf, based on just position and everything, was probably a spellcaster. Probably
Yeah.
casts very destructive fire magic while inside of the creature after it had been swallowed by this creature. And a
Good
nature
for
check.
them.
A nature check to see if you recognize what kind of creature, or Arcana, either one, to see if you recognize what kind of creature we're looking at here.
I do not have
Hezrod
either.
Hezrod would just be like mystified. He's like, this kind of carnage is incredible. He's like walking all over the entire scene and like squatting down and looking at things like real closely.
Do you want to make an investigation roll?
Yeah, sure.
I could do that. Okay.
He's the one who said that he was doing a thing.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
bad,
not
my
trained
bad.
in it. If that makes a difference.
Doesn't.
I got a 9.
9.
Oh no.
Okay.
Could I make the nature or Arcana roll? if I'm
Nature
not?
requires training, so and so does the Arcana. If you're trained in either of those and you're here, you can go ahead and make those rolls.
Okay.
Nature or Arcana?
Josie or Elizabeth, if either of you two want to jump in on identifying
Jesus.
the creature.
Dear
So many
Lord.
ones.
19 on Arcana.
Elizabeth, the only reason you recognize the creature is because you remember seeing a place in you remember seeing a place in the Westerlands that was named after the creature. The creature in question is called a Bahir. Bahirs are dragons, but not true dragons, that do breathe lightning, but they have a number of legs and they don't have wings. So they have like centipede-like legs, quite a number of legs. I don't remember exactly how many on each side, but it looks like the center of it was kind of blasted apart by a fireball that the elf presumably cast.
Good for them.
How fresh does this feel again? Like an hour
Month.
ago,
No,
or
a few days.
Oh.
okay?
It's just been.
Are there any tracks leading away from this carnage?
The survival check would have noted that there are animals that have come over and bitten away at the remains of the Bahir, because it was blown up, but it wasn't completely like evaporated by the fireball. There's just a massive hole in its center, so the front end and the back end are still delicious. What are you doing, stupid dupe? I want to be in your lap. Psych, I'm gonna wiggle like a worm. Anyway,
Such is the nature of cats.
and I'm gonna cry about it.
Fickle.
Anyway, you're not sure how long it was, but no more than a couple of days. And then the animal tracks that you see, it looks like this wizard was caught alone, based on what you got on survival.
Okay, so it does not look like the wizard walked away from this.
The wizard is still inside of the Bahir. Yeah, you can see its skeleton.
Oh, I thought you meant that was the skeleton of the Bahir. Sorry.
No, there's an elf
It's like a
inside
there
of
is
the Bahir.
there is the skeleton of the Bahir.
Oh, it's a Russian nesting doll.
It's a Russian nesting doll
Yeah.
of skeletons. Yes,
It's like a turduncan.
it's an elf Bahirkin.
Does the elf have any possessions on it, or are
You can
they
make an
like eroded
investigation
by-
roll. It's absolutely
Oh.
just a skeleton, but you can try and investigate.
Okay. I'll give it a little look, see if there are any like identifying markers as to who this person.
Might have been, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. There are some burnt up remnants of what appear to be kind of robes in and around the skeleton, based on the colors, which are kind of like a bright blue, kind of an ultramarine blue, and bright yellow, kind of like a canary yellow. Your presumption is this individual was a member of House Montoulet of the Nokian, 10 houses. And also with that investigation check, a distance away from the main core of the elf's body, you find the broken fragments of the creature's hand. Basically, when it detonated the fireball, it did so right in its own palm based on this knowledge. And you find its ring finger, and attached to that ring finger is a ring, which bears the mark of House Montoulet.
Oh, I'm gonna scoop that up. Fiona is gonna put that on her
There's a
finger.
radiance to it, like when you pick it up, kind of like a vibration to it, that makes you
Oh.
kind of feel like this might have, this might have some power to it.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna activate my magic eyes and see if I can tell what kind of magic.
If it's just detecting magic and you're not identifying, then it's just currently showing as like a dull, kind of just unassuming kind of aura that has no coloration to it whatsoever.
Okay, I'll just slip it on my finger then. Without
Okay.
much worry.
What does she see when she looks at Avra?
What kind of magic?
If you spend some time with it moving to the city, or the town rather, I'm assuming that's the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eventually, it will try to attune with you. Like you'll kind of attune with it because that's how magic kind of works. Do you allow it, or you take the ring off immediately?
Just for good measure, I would take it off immediately and then keep it like. If it's in my pocket, would it do the same thing? Try to attune
No,
me?
only if you're wearing it.
Okay. I would take a bit of chain and tie it to something on my person to make sure I don't lose it.
Okay,
But I wouldn't wear it then.
got it. Okay. You arrive in Land's End, a very simple enough town. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up some music since I haven't been playing any for a while now. Go ahead, Gavin.
No, I was thinking, is Fiona slowly going to start becoming more corrupt by the ring, and then when we've charged out into the fight into the volcano, she's going to say no?
No.
I mean, I think we have to worry about the guy who has a bloodlust right now. Perhaps.
mean-
Perhaps.
Dun 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 dun.
It's nice to know Hezrod's not the most suspicious person in the party.
That's always a benefit. So, bear with me here.
Funny, 'cause I figured he'd be the most fishy.
Inspiration, you can have it.
Get out of here.
What? Chicken? I don't give a Jesus.
I'm gonna give her for that. I'm gonna give her for that. Yeah, I am gonna give
Oh,
it
yeah.
to her for that. Okay, shut up. I'm the DM. I do what I want.
Do it to him.
I do what I want.
That was great though.
Rigged.
So,
Rigged. I don't think I've gotten illustration once this entire game, but whatever. I don't care.
why don't you cry about
I
it?
do, but I don't. I do, but I don't.
Everybody has.
Okay, so the town of Land's End has a couple of entrances. You'll be entering in from the kind of northwesterly entrance, and let's see. Bear with me here.
It's probably
Yeah.
a big old sign of where the hell did these people come from?
Should work. You see a map?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Cute.
You would
Oh.
Nice map. That is a nice ass map.
you would see that the town, being right on the water, has a number of islands kind of out from it. A very small kind of fishery, not really much of a port. Number of thatched roofed houses, a couple of tile roofed houses. In the center of the town, there is a tall tower, which Fiona immediately recognizes as a broken up remnant of the Civil War. This appears to have been a Magier's tower. Once a place where a mage would have reigned. But it looks like now it serves as the center of town, based on everything. It does look like a lot of the town actually is in ruin. Like there is quite a bit of damage to a number of the buildings here. But it doesn't look like a hundred-handed one has ramaged through it. It just looks like the place is in disrepair. That said, you would be entering from the north side. It doesn't look like there's anyone barring you from entry. Not at all whatsoever.
Does it look like there's anyone here?
It does, but it looks like there are
Okay.
people in the houses that are more structurally sound, or the houses that are kind of dual leveled, kind of staying in the lower level. But it looks like they're inside and very much kind of watching warily as you kind of enter into the town. They're not
Bunch of people
exiting
come from the north.
out. They're not exiting out of their houses to go and talk to you or anything.
Hezrod on his horse just kind of slowly saunters into town and just doesn't stop. Just cruises through town, checking
Mhm.
everything out, looking for the tavern.
Okay.
Like imagine just like the the mysterious stranger rolling into town in like an old Western movie.
100%. And
Yeah,
I-
everybody's looking out their windows and like slamming their shutters shut.
that's a really good analogy to kind of put it to, and I want to kind of put that into context. If you're familiar with the movie Yojimbo, kind of picture how that town is. Like, it's very run down, but there are still kind of people present. It's very much similar to that kind of look.
And he would have pretty much the first thing he would have said to Gordir before setting out would have been, "Beer."
Yes.
Okay?
Let's find the tavern. And then he kind of saunters off.
Okay. Directly ahead, there's a building that looks like it has a number of doors, kind of in an almost octagonal kind of shape. It looks kind of interesting, maybe important. There's a building right behind it that appears to be a temple of Atavius. Although it looks like the dome portion of its tower has been knocked off, and just on the ground out in front of it, you can see the bronze Atavian cross kind of laying in the dirt. It looks like there is, as you're kind of walking into the town, one building that looks like it's intact. Doesn't look like it's broken at all. Actually looks like it's well maintained. Nothing so much to say of a tavern, though, in that first kind of jaunt of the town. Let me go ahead and throw some of you on there token-wise and see if you can.
Yeah, he'd pause and definitely give that building another look over to kind
Sure.
of see if
Yeah.
like there's any lights in the windows, if anybody's like running around outside.
Sure. No one's running around outside. You definitely see the indicators in the dirt and in the dust and just inside of the buildings that people are present. I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
But there's definitely no sign that they are wanting to interact with you whatsoever. If you try to approach one of the town buildings, they will shutter up their windows and kind of sounds of their doors being locked and barred on the other side will soundly follow.
Well, since that doesn't obviously look like the tavern, Hezrod's going to keep looking.
Oh, are you going to the nice, the one that's not broken?
If
Is
that's
that what you were
not
saying?
obviously the tavern.
It's not obviously a tavern. Were you wanting to approach that place?
Oh yeah, if it was like the first, like you said, it was well maintained.
Yeah,
so
it looks like it's the
obviously
first
sticks
building
out.
that it doesn't have damage too much to it. But if you walk up to it, the door's wide open and the person inside is like behind a counter. It doesn't look like he's shutting his door. This is the most normal looking building in the whole place.
Okay, he hops off his
Suspicious.
horse and like hitches it up,
Sure.
and then kind of pokes his head inside and looks around, and then walks into the building.
Yeah. Entering in, you see the gentleman behind the counter. He kind of gives you a look. As you kind of look him over, he is wearing very tacky looking combinations of colors and cloth. It looks like it's just finery, but it's been thrown onto him in a very kind of garish kind of way. Like, it's not like he's trying to be fashionable. It's more like he
Right.
thinks he's fashionable because of the expense.
Right.
And
Yeah.
But like nothing matches. Like
well, to
he's got
you,
his
he
tie
probably looks
tied
like
wrong.
he probably looks great
Oh, yeah.
because you have no
Yeah.
sense. But to
Yeah, right.
Borodier, it's like
You tried. You
Good.
Hezrod
tried.
can't tell the difference between a homeless man and an aristocrat.
right. They're the same.
Cool.
They're all land.
You're behind a
dwellers.
counter, and in my experience, those people have alcohol.
He kind of gives you a look and he goes, hello. How can I help you? Welcome to the peculiarities.
Peculiarities. He looks around for a
That's
second.
what
he
we
says,
sell. And he kind of gestures to like the stuff around him. You would see that there are a number of kind of shelves. Everything seems to be in pretty good line with him. You'd actually see a number of kind of like really well kind of mirrored shields in the corners that kind of allow him view from his position to everywhere in the shop. But there's all sorts of bits and baubles kind of all over the place. There's gemstones. There's some bottles, some, random assortments of kind of pickled things. It's just a hot mess of just random shit. And
Yeah, so he's like looking around, and you can see like all this stuff glittering in like his big fucking fish eyes.
if you are looking for something specific, you can have a percentage chance to try and find it. If you are
I
not
would like
looking,
to do that, but not right now.
okay. If you are not looking for something specific, you can get a random roll on the uncommon magic item or on the item
Interesting.
charts, and possibly find something that you might want to buy.
Yes, we will definitely be getting to that. But
Um,
after
yeah.
looking at everything available, the first thing Hezron would say is,
Do you have beer?
I don't. No, sorry. Actually, I think that the only place that you'd be able to find it would be, um, well, I don't really drink much. I think the tavern's still open over in the town square. It's on the western side of town. I don't get over
Thank
past
you.
the tower very often.
I will return and peruse your wares, but first I must drink.
Okay. Well,
Hearing him mention the tower, she'll kind of perk up and say, and the tower, is it occupied currently?
yeah, that's where the Kyrios lives.
You don't seem very, happy about that?
Well, to be fair, he is quite the militant type and causes a lot of problems for the folks. He, you'd think we were at war.
She'll nod her head,
Is
like, very
this-
sympathetically and try to, yeah. Oh, that's awful. Could you tell me more about it?
House Esben is the name of the Kyrioses that live in the tower. I try and stay out of gossiping, sorry. But if you're a paying customer, maybe we can have dalliances regarding the goings on.
She kind of smiles at him and, kind of, like, jiggles her coin purse and starts looking around for something that might catch her eye.
Is there
But before
any
she does,
uncommon magic item that you, as a player, want to find for your character?
I don't know if this is possible, but if anything can boost AC,
Yeah, so
she would love that.
bracers of armor, I believe, work for you. And let's see, are they? They are rare, so they would not be an option. Cloak of protection, are they rare as well? I think they're uncommon. Yeah, cloak of protection would be an armor increasing thing. So if you're seeking that out specifically, is that the case? Go ahead and roll a percentage, or so a D100.
D100.
Can Avron before
Okay.
going?
So he happens to have a cloak of protection available, and he says, "Oh yes, of course, something that would help you protect yourself from the wilds out there. Of course, this cloak was made in the nation of Parnak, far to the south, by great warriors. I believe this one specifically came from a town called Hilton during a great defense of ages past. Anyways, I will sell it to you for 500 gold."
Do I have? Wait, 1 second. Let me check my goal.
Do we have?
Hey, John.
Hey, yeah.
Instead of going to that shop,
Yeah.
I'm reticent to say,
It's a shop.
could Avron
With two
just go
pieces maybe?
straight to the Magier's tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to
She'll
you in a
kinda-
second.
She'll kind of smile at him good-naturedly and say, "Well, that's a very acceptable price, but you understand that travelers like us don't have that much at our disposal. Perhaps
Oh.
a trade would be in order." And she starts pulling out items.
What are you willing to trade?
Specifically- Yeah, specifically, she's Oh, let me think about this. Ooh, she pulls out a platinum wedding ring.
Yeah.
Where'd you
Might
get?
be able to. How much is the worth that I told you that was worth?
I didn't record that. I'm
500.
sorry.
500 for the wedding.
Oh.
ring. Is that on
Not
the?
the platinum ring, but the.
No. I'm wondering what the ring is worth, Jonah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't record how much the platinum.
I know how much I'm selling the
Sorry.
magic item for.
I thought Jonah was trying to be cheeky and say, "Oh, the ring's worth 500, the exact price does."
No,
I thought he
no.
actually knew that.
I thought
Got my
you were
hopes
just trying to
up.
be cheeky and make a joke.
Do you have the ring on this sheet here?
I don't think so. I think I grabbed it off a body in like one of the first sessions.
Okay, hold on. Let me check something. Okay, so 50 gold pieces is how much that ring was worth. If I am, yep, I am accurate because it was one of the random things that was rolled randomly. Okay, got it. So 50 gold pieces. He kind of says, yeah, 450 in the ring.
So she'll hand over the ring. Let me see what else I got. She'll pull out the red, green, and yellow robes.
I'm not
And
interested
kinda-
in that.
She'll stuff it back, but then she'll pull out her kind of more interesting robe. What did I call it again? It's the robe that changes, cloak of many fashions.
I could do 100 for that, so 150, so 350.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. If anyone else wants to do anything, please do it. I'm gonna keep looking through my list for things I can sew.
Well,
Does-
I'm just actually I'm thinking about getting
No.
in on this. Well, I was already
Yeah.
thinking about getting in.
Is there
on
an item
this.
you're looking for specifically, Gavin?
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm figuring out now. So we'll say that later.
Okay.
Hezrod's got all kinds of fucking doodads.
Hezrod, are
Trade.
you looking for a specific item or no?
No, he's moving on to the tavern.
Okay.
He's gonna let Golradir know that's where he's
And
headed.
Golradir, are you interested in looking for any specific items, or are you moving on to the tavern?
I mean, mechanically, if we want to just knock this out right now, that's fine.
That's it. We've got 4 minutes, so I was just trying to do a little bit of paperwork to close out the session. Make it a nice,
Okay.
boring end to the game.
I think
Fair.
just move on. I don't think that
Okay.
there's anything I
So
For
particularly need.
Hezrod, if I am gonna go looking for a magic item, it's gonna be the Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Gauntlets of Ogre Power uncommon. Go ahead and roll a D100.
Got
Okay.
67.
Yeah, they have them there.
Cool.
Okay, feeling more comfortable with the group now.
500 for the gauntlets.
She's going to ceremoniously take off her lock of trickery off of her spell book and say how much this would be worth.
Probably.
Well, Hezrod's kind of strapped for cash, but he's got all kinds of stuff to trade, and I don't know who is in charge of the party's money.
I
Probably
think it's
only
more or
about
less
50
Gordier,
for
but
that.
I know we also have
Gordier, yeah.
a thing for that.
50 for the lock.
50 for the lock. Okay, so then how much am I up to now?
300 is remaining.
Remaining.
300 remaining.
Knowing that I'm only getting 50 for that.
Actually, no, sorry. 250 would be remaining. So, as we have it, it's 100 for the cloak. No, I was right. 200 is what you've got so far in trade. 200 for the cloak, or 100 for the cloak, 50 for the lock, and 50 for the ring.
Right. So we are at. So I need 300 more.
But you're not wanting to sell the lock, is what it was sounding like. You're pulling that back.
I'm thinking I might pull that back just
Okay.
because if it's not worth that much.
And
Don't
Chad,
forget
do you
the
have
ring.
a
That
five?
was 50.
Do you have 500 for the gauntlets?
I'm dropping
Also-
down a list of stuff to trade, but
There's a party treasury, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
put the link
so-
to that in the in Discord. Also, we have those 2 gold statuettes. Those are 250 gold each.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Emerald Stone
Oh,
worth
is one of
100.
those worth 250?
250.
Mhm.
250
Okay,
each.
Both of
Yeah.
those would be
That's
worth
one
500.
of them. If she sold one of them, then that's only 50 gold remaining, right?
Well, if you pull out the gold statue and offer it to him, he says he'll give you 200 for it.
Oh. So then I only have 100 left at this point.
Right.
Okay, then Fiona will pull out the rest of her personal stash and hand over 100.
Okay.
How much fucking gold do you have?
So you pay him
A
100
warlock.
gold pieces,
I-
and you
She's like,
pay
I just took out a
him
loan with my patron.
the platinum ring, the cloak of many fashions,
Mm-hmm.
and the gold statue. Okay. Go ahead and mark those things off, and Elizabeth take the gold statue off for party treasure. And then Golradir, not Golradir, sorry, Hezron. What are you wanting to give me for the gauntlets?
Okay, so I've got a +1 net, 50 GP gem. I have another 50 GP gem, but that's a spell component, so I'm holding on to that.
He says that he will trade you the gem in the net for the gauntlets.
Deal.
Okay, mark it off your sheet.
Is he interested in any of the other stuff? The Umber Hulk mandibles, the weird plant, the Big Bang bottle,
I don't
stone
have-
ribbon, headless doll.
I don't have much in the way of cash besides what I was just paid out, so no, not really.
Okay. So, well, if he's not willing to buy them, I'd be more than willing to trade some of these knickknacks for, like, potions of healing.
I don't have any potions of healing, so sorry.
That's quite alright. And he just, like, scoops all the rest of the junk off the counter and walks off with his new gauntlet.
Wait, does he have any scrolls of identification?
I do.
Oh,
Mhm.
They are.
Although
the gauntlets
actually,
that-
Fiona will
Thank
kind
you.
of, as Golordir's asking for that, Fiona will kind of like stop them and say, "If you give me a few more days, I think I can handle that."
The scrolls are 200 gold pieces apiece.
Let's save our money.
But the very important part about these scrolls of identify, he pulls out, I am not a spellcaster, and these are the ones I use specifically. I get them sold to me from a friend of mine in House Montoulet, and they are stupid proof. Anyone can cast these scrolls.
Well, good thing I'm stupid.
None of you can actually cast it per D&D rules. None of you can cast Identify from Scroll. So
Hey.
amazing.
no one has Identify on their spell list.
And clerics can't actually add that to their spell list.
I believe there is one domain that allows for it, but it's not the one you are.
Yeah, that's what I
it's
thought.
Like, I think it's like knowledge domain. And
You
I
are
don't know if
being
I don't know
so
about
bad. We're
rocks.
almost done, and then we'll play laser. Okay?
Well, well,
He impatient.
You want the laser?
Laser.
I figured out what I want.
What do you want?
I literally just Cloak of Elven Kind.
Uncommon. Roll a D100.
So wait, what do I add to my inventory right now? It's a cloak of
Protection.
protection.
I got a 17.
Don't have it. Sorry, it's under 50 or less. They don't have it. Over 50, they do have it.
Is it okay if I buy
oh.
2 of these scrolls?
Yeah, I've got 10.
Looking. Oh. Well,
Well-
I can't afford 10, unfortunately, right now. I've
Well, I saw that
spent
you
a
had
lot of-
another one of those gold statues. I'll take one of those for one.
looks at everyone else.
Oh yeah.
But this scroll is
That's right.
one. Isn't scroll one use?
Yeah, Fiona kind of pauses and she's like, "I don't know if this is the best idea. Perhaps we can find someone else who'll do it for less of a cost."
Good luck, unless you're planning on making it to knock. And
Well, I've
I believe
actually done there, so yes.
I believe family rates are still 150 per identifying. So
She kind of squints her eyes. Well, I know a lot of people, okay?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were
One?
so important being here in Land's End.
Well,
She kind of
And you see that he's kind of like snootily kind of looking at you. You see him pull out a mug out of nowhere and just take a sip. Real quick, Gavin, you've rolled your random, and
Yeah.
Avran, you said you were going to the Mage Ears Tower, so at the start of next session, you'll be there. Gordy and
Okay.
Hezrod, after kind of shopping, if you buy the
Oh my
if you buy the
goodness.
scrolls or not, that's fine. And then Josie, you've already handled your business. So at the start of next session, we will have
That's right, yeah.
Gordy and Hezrod at the tavern.
Yes.
Fiona and Eric kind of finishing up shopwise and going to somewhere else, possibly catching up, and Avrin will be the first one we start with at the Major's Tower. Any other questions? Oh, no, actually, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream. Thanks for watching, those that did,
Bye.
and we'll see you
Bye.
next Friday.